Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday streaming right here on RageSelect.com. I am Jeff.
And I'm Kayla.
And Kayla, should we just do John's voice? I'm John.
No
I'm
way.
here too.
That guy's a criminal.
I like wrestling.
Smooth criminal.
He's a smooth criminal. I've seen him do the leaning thing a bunch of times, right? And you guys haven't seen him when he's got that white suit on, but I've also seen him transform into a jet, but that was not related at all. You know,
that was during your private times.
That's right. So, all right, here we go. We're going to jump right in. Yes, that was when John and I were making out. He just turned into a jet. I don't know what happened.
I didn't say you were making out. I just said it was private times.
Well,
and what's funny is I've been a lot worse lately, and Jeff has totally gotten used to it. I see the word private times, and you blush again.
Yeah.
That's pretty lovely.
Private times.
That's all I want.
All Kayla really does want is to, like, you guys.
I drive
I have
45 minutes just to see Jeff blush.
You guys don't know this, but anyway, hold on before I tell the story. Look, it's Super Loretta.
Oh no!
Oh, here she is. She's got her costume and everything. She's ready to go.
What is on her face?
It's the mask for Super Loretta. Should we change? I've got a whole bunch of. When you buy Saints Row Reelected, you get a whole bunch of different costumes. So we can switch over to something else here.
So did Loretta begin on this show? On Saints Row? Is this where?
Yeah. Well, Saints Row 3, actually, I think it was over on Spill. Saints Row 3 was where Loretta first came into being.
Those jowls are just so harsh.
And Jason made her. Like, that was, I handed Jason the controller, and every time, we got Mecha Loretta here. Every time, so I handed Jason the controls, and it was like, here, make a character for Saints Row. And he basically took every slider and either made it 100 or 0. And as he did it, because you know when you're going through the character select, there's so many different things, right? That every slider just made her face worse and worse and worse and worse until it was just horrific. Until it was what it is now.
So there's more clothes now.
Well, this is all the DLC from all the different Saints Rows comes with the Reelected. That's a little bizarre. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to stick with Super Loretta for, oh my God, that's pretty attractive. Yikes.
There you go. Do waffle border.
Waffle border? Oh, that's hockey.
Oh.
Hockey gear.
I don't know.
We can be very patriotic today.
No way.
No. We got Clint Eastwood. Well, I'm just going to stick with the strapless wonder then, because that's.
But this is the best part, is the dress-up part.
You know, I actually thought about going back to your Sparkle Fandango and giving you the option to switch over to the character that y'all made.
Nice.
But I didn't want to. Like, when I do that, I literally have to sift through the video and watch you guys make the character and then, like, recreate that in the character
well, we
creator.
should just, like, after at the end of the show should us be creating a new character.
Yeah.
Based on you and me.
Yeah.
Like our collaboration. Because
okay.
With Allison, it was Lisa Frank. My own one was President Pikachu, and she was hot.
Oh, I remember that. I remember seeing pictures of that online. It was pretty crazy. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do some missions, and we're gonna answer some questions. This is about 4 hours into the game, so I've got plenty of powers. We don't have to worry about all that stuff. I got my fully upgraded dubstep gun, which is my favorite weapon of the entire game. Here we go.
Dubstep gun.
All right. No, gotta get back out of the street. I love the song.
Right.
There's a YouTube thing that had like 10 hours of this song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. And you guys can't see this on radio, but we are having a jam party inside here. And today is like this beautiful day.
Yeah, I got my podcasting jorts on and everything.
It's
January and
70 degrees. It's lovely.
God, I love that. So when I started this, it just had the DLC dubstep gun.
Okay.
Which is not this same song. And I was
was
so.
It the Christmas song?
Well, yeah, there was the Christmas one. They also have like a heavy metal one. They've got like a swing dancing one. But I was so pissed off that I had to go do the mission to get the original dubstep gun, because that's what's really what you really want.
How come you're making Loretta run so fast? Isn't she supposed to be like a lady?
No, not really. I think she's exactly the opposite of a lady, actually. That's why we gave her old Jason Statham voice. No, she's not exactly super ladylike. But
my gosh.
no, some people, when I suggested this for today, some people had said, no, you should save it for video. But we've actually got a whole bunch of games coming up this next week. And tomorrow and Tuesday, we actually are going to have dojo videos for the Gat Out of Hell expansion. But at this point, I mean, this is just Saints Row 4 with a facelift. Like, it looks better definitely here than it did on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Like, it looks more like the PC version.
Okay.
But...
So this said, like, re-something?
Re-elected. That basically is the code word for it's got all of the expansion packs with it.
Okay, because I was looking at it and I go, it doesn't look like, I think the GTA 5 looks better.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely certain. Yeah. But that's because GTA 5, I mean, just the base GTA 5 looked better by default. Okay. Wait, are these guys? Okay, still.
For this, it just looks like the same game I beat.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at. Okay.
What is this voice?
That's Kinsey. Or are you talking about her voice? Or Loretta's voice?
Yes.
Okay, this is garbage. I mean, I've got, like, exploding superpowers here.
Yeah, where's your stomp? That's my favorite way to...
I don't think I have stomp yet because the DLC came with this sweet shot thing that, like, blows things up and then blows more things up and then blows more things up. So I've just been using that instead. And then, of course, a little melee. Get some... Where are the guys at? Oh, there they are.
So how does what's that guy who's on this one?
Who? Keith David?
Yeah. How does he react to Loretta?
Oh, the same. I mean, that's one of the things that I actually really like about Saints Row is that it's really kind of interesting when they had the whole like kind of gender politics in video games debate, right?
Yes.
That in Saints Row, it doesn't matter if you're a dude or a lady or a dude dressed like a lady or whatever. All the dialogue and everything is pretty much exactly the same.
Okay.
Which I always thought was pretty cool. And the game like never even makes like there's a sexy dance part, and if you're a dude or a lady, it doesn't matter. It's just the same sexy dance part. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's ridiculous either way. So, not that sexy dancing is some kind of gender specific thing. But what I was going to say was I was going to tell people you're talking about me blushing that. The first, what was it, like 2 Sparkle Fandangos, Jason and I were, like, sitting in the room, and Kayla's mission was to get me to have to, like, clamp my hand over my mouth to keep from laughing or going, what? like, when she said stuff, to the point where you were really upset when I said that I wasn't going to do that. I was going to not watch you guys record Sparkle Fandango anymore.
It was one of the most upsetting parts. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh. Well,
Allison doesn't get embarrassed.
Yeah. I still do.
You can push her anger button, but you can't push her like embarrassed button.
Yeah.
But Jeff, oh my gosh, I hold the mic wrong.
Yeah. Jeff's just a little bit more. I mean, I'm what? Come on, you guys. I'm just trying to. Okay. I'm probably the single most uptight person on all of Rage Select. I might even be the single most uptight person in this entire group of loose confederation of people that we hang out with on a regular basis.
Correct.
Maybe.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. The problem with speculation then is we have to start talking about how uptight other people that we know are.
They said that they love the Sparkle Fandango. Yeah, me too. It's shorter.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I miss having Sunday off. Hey, that was nice.
But look at this.
God damn it.
You're just murdering everything with your jams.
There we go.
So, what's Loretta's backstory?
Well, she's into Downton Abbey.
Is
she uses horsey sauce as a sexual lubricant.
Delicious.
And she's a classy lady who wants to have sex with pretty much everything. You know what she is? She is the exact character that like 2 14-year-old stoners would have made if you in a dorm room in Saints Row 4. Is Jason and I have created the just like look at how messed up her face is, and isn't that messed up? All right, 55 minutes. Oh right, this part.
That's why I love the character creation.
Yeah.
And Oh my gosh, in college, I do the arts and that's where my video game background came from. Was I'd watch video games while crafting, while the gentlemen in my life would play video games. Not that it's only been gentlemen; it's just in my personal background. That's what it was. And there was this volleyball game.
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
And I swear they took 3 days creating the characters for.
Well, maybe that isn't. I don't know. I've never played Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball because it's so. It's one of those like. I don't know. Maybe this is. You know what I was about to say? I was about to say maybe this is more information than people want to know about me from Rachel's life. But I've come to learn that like there literally is no limit to the information. But like. There's that Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball series. It's like, look how bouncy and scantily clad these ladies are. Isn't that sexy? And I'm like, you can watch porno on the internet. Like, you don't need to buy a $60 game that's kind of a bad game just to see people with their clothes off. You can go to Google and type naked and turn off safe search, and boom, you're good to go. That's a pro tip for all of you 12-year-olds, I guess, who don't. I mean, if you're 12, please stop. Please don't. Or at least have the good sense to hide this podcast in your closet, like under the pornography. Do people even buy physical pornography anymore? I don't think they do. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, why would you? You can just go to the internet and get it there, right?
I don't know. The beauty of the paper.
Yep.
Uh-oh, you broke it.
Damn it.
Sounds like my 2-year-old sister in the Louvre.
What? I don't understand what that means. In the Louvre?
Yeah, the art place
in
France.
The one in Paris?
Yeah.
The big pyramid?
My sister, when she was 2, I didn't get to go to Paris with them. I was having other adventures.
Yeah.
Of not being molested in Italy.
Okay.
Ruined my life. It's like my number one regret about Italy.
Was it you didn't get molested?
Yeah, everyone says in Italy you'll get molested. And I was like, oh, yeah. And not one person was inappropriate with me.
Okay, I'm blushing again, obviously. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean this is your biggest regret is I didn't get groped in Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That's what I wanted for myself. And then when my mom took my 2-year-old sister to Paris, and they went to the Louvre, and my sister was into singing the fuck opera. Fuck, 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 just top of her lungs.
Right.
And then she peed in the corner.
In the corner of the Louvre?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. I mean, because, that's one of those things that nobody will tell a child that they should do because, you can now say that you did that, and if you did it as an adult, you'd, go to jail. So.
Well, she's not allowed to have birthday parties anymore because in 4th grade sleepover, her friends were having a problem. One of the little girls called the cops. Uh-huh. And so the cops were called at 3 a.m. while my mom was asleep, and she opened the door, and the cops were like, there's a disturbance here.
Uh-huh.
She's like, what? And she had to drive all these girls home in the middle of the night.
What? Wait, why? What was the disturbance?
They were fighting
or
something, and they called the cops
on
each other.
Oh, my God. I love children so much. I mean, how old are we talking about here?
9 to 10.
Okay, yep, that still counts. No, I love that because you're a kid, right? And you're like, oh, you better stop or I'll call the police. Like, no, you won't. And then you do. And then the poor police, they can't just be like, kid, stop. They've got to come out and see what's going on. And then you have to explain to police why, what just happened there.
My friend's son has Down syndrome.
Uh-huh.
And when he was 12, he called 911 because he couldn't open the ice cream. It was an emergency to him. And he always heard, if it's an emergency,
dial 911.
Call
yeah.
911.
Yep. That makes perfect sense. That is the logic of a child, and I absolutely love it.
You could not get that ice cream open, and it was an emergency.
That's what it is. I mean, when you're a kid and they all tell you about how the police are your friends and they're there to help you and all that stuff, and you're just like, well, I can't get this ice cream open, so Did they come out for that?
Yes, of course they do. They have to go.
I mean, I don't know if he like explained to them on the phone
No,
what was
she
going
didn't
on.
know.
Oh.
She didn't know until the cops showed up to her house.
Well, no, I was thinking like if the kid said to the phone, like 911, what's your emergency? I can't get this ice cream open. They might
Right.
go, all right, well, maybe can I talk to your parents?
Well, they could tell that he had Down syndrome, and so they're
Oh.
wondering why is this kid
Okay.
being unsupervised
Yep,
enough to call the cops. So
that makes a certain amount of sense as well.
yeah. Some people are saying, isn't that what 911 is for anyways?
For getting the ice cream. Well, I usually use it for pickle jars, but that's just me. I mean, it just
They
depends
said
on what your problem
on
is.
Christmas a kid called it when the PlayStation Network was down.
Yep.
I haven't heard that video of their or playback. I don't know.
That sounds pretty good.
And now all of Rage Select wants to go to Italy to get groped.
Yeah?
So here was my problem, which I found out later,
Okay.
is that Italians in the summer
Uh-huh.
don't work in Italy.
Okay. They go on vacation.
They go on working vacations to other countries.
So you were in Italy when there were just no Italians there.
Right.
All of the Italians were gone.
It was mostly like Middle Easterners and French people and Norwegians. That's
like
where
the
I met those grumpy Norwegians.
Oh, okay. I like the idea that like France and Italy just tag team on the summer and they just switch populations of countries entirely. They're just like, wait, where are we again? Like, this is Italy, monsieur. We have French people here. Yep. This is such a boring mission. Fortunately, it's not really challenging. Boom, boom, boom.
What I did is I went to just all the buildings, killed all these people, and then when it was finally, I was like, okay, I've done all this. I'll go do my mission now. It was like, you've completed your mission.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh
Now
yeah,
you have
no,
all these powers.
all the loyalty missions that are just like side quests. And if you've already done a whole bunch of that, that's probably going to happen because right now I only have Kinsey and Keith David on the ship, and we're getting Sid at this point. But you know, by the time I picked up some of the other characters and brought them on, like I was like, oh, well, I needed to shop Matt Miller, so I've already hacked every single store in the entire game.
Right. Because those hacking puzzles, they're fun.
Yep. I don't know if this has the Christmas DLC in it. That might be the only thing that doesn't. I know it has Enter the Dominatrix.
That one was dirty.
Well, they're all dirty when you're playing with Loretta. I mean, look, Kayla, seriously. There you go.
Oh, my goodness. That's her move?
That's her move.
Oh,
That's her taunt move. And then
when I grow up to be Loretta.
I'm waiting for the day that somebody sends me a picture of like, yeah, we decided to go out for Halloween and I cosplayed as Loretta. You go, what?
I just don't know how you could do the face.
You just, well, you'd have to get a special effects artist from Hollywood and pay them like $20,000 to build you a prosthesis, I guess.
I'll just learn how to build prosthesis.
I mean, maybe if you had that, like if they had that thing that they put in your mouth and they put like braces on, those
Like
fish lips
retainers?
thing. Yeah, no. The thing the dentist puts on to keep your mouth open the entire time, but kind of.
And they're saying that it does have the DLC.
It does? It has
Yeah,
a Christmas one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, it didn't come up in the listing. Here we go. Yeah, these guys are real easy when you've got a fully powered up dubstep gun.
And then you're like, guess you had to dance to death, Warden.
Oh,
Sucker.
come on. Don't be a... Get down here, you jerk.
They're saying, you should play Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball now.
I don't even know if there is a... I mean, I don't know.
Updated?
Well, I'm sure there had to be one for the Xbox 360 that I could go get.
Right.
I mean, like, but what a cheesy thing. Like, I don't know. Is it... Like, I've never played it before because it just seemed like ridiculous exploitation that didn't actually do what I would be interested in something like that doing. So, I don't know. Maybe the volleyball. I think I've heard some people say that the actual volleyball part is not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, I can honestly say that I just not that interested. I really can't. I hope so much at E3 this year that it's Saints Row 5. I really hope they announce Saints Row 5 this year.
So, does Saints Row have like a
bam.
a theme every time? This
Um,
is the only one I ever played because you were like, this has so many movie references, Kayla. You'll love it.
yeah. Well, so Saints Row 1 was okay. So there was a long period of time when chat, like, you guys totally can correct me if I'm wrong here, but from what I understand, Saints Row 1 was just a Grand Theft Auto knockoff for the next gen, for what was at that time the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 next gen systems. I think it might have just been on Xbox 360 because there was no HD upgraded Saints or Grand Theft Auto yet, right?
Okay.
It would be years before that happened. So they just put one out as kind of a thing, but it kind of developed an audience. And then in the second one, they started to understand that while Grand Theft Auto was getting very serious, that they could just have a lot of fun. So in 2, you had things like, hey, you need to devalue the property values in this neighborhood. Here's a sewage cannon. You need to cover the houses in poop in order to make the property values go down.
Right.
And so people started to really like that. So in Saints Row 3, the big thing was that the Saints were like international superstars. And so they were celebrities, but then they found themselves in this town up against this corporation, and it was totally ridiculous. Burt Reynolds was the mayor of Steelport, of the virtual same town, right? That was where people like the guy with the auto-tuned tracheotomy. God, what was that character's name? He was in there. So they just started going off the rails bananas, right? And I think a lot of people really, really liked it. And then in 4, they actually, for the whole Enter the Dominatrix DLC, started out as DLC for Saints Row 3. And I think that they created this idea of you're in the simulation, right? And that when they saw how fun it was, the superpowers and stuff, they were like, oh, no, we're just going to make a whole game out of this.
Yeah.
So they did, and that's Saints Row 4. But what I'm really hoping is that, because the Gat Out of Hell that just came out is definitely made by a different company. It's okay. It's not quite as good as this is. Oh, there we go.
They're talking about Zemos.
Yeah, Zemos. So I hope that Saints Row 5, because, like, okay, spoilers, you guys. Like, cover your ears for a second if you haven't beaten Saints Row 4, I mean, after all this time. But at the end of Saints Row 4, right, they get a freaking time machine. I really hope Saints Row 5 is, like, historical Saints Row of them going out and messing up all of history.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, that's Saints Row for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You go and you're like the assassin for Abraham Lincoln's.
I think no. There was something else for Abraham Lincoln. Might have been. All right, what do we got here? Hacking reward, cash transfer rate. We'll do that one. And the only thing about this game that I really don't like all that much is picking up the orbs. Takes for freaking ever.
So, who did you romance first?
In Saints Row?
Yeah.
Kinsey. Which I thought was fantastic. It's like, great. That's wonderful. All right, and we got some new. I'm trying to think. Do I got all the? I've got so many of these already. Nope.
They said, speaking of violation, I miss free space. What's free space?
Wait, say that again?
Speaking of violation, I miss free space.
Oh, Volition. Descent Free Space is a space combat game, I think, that they made. I think that's what they're talking about from a long time ago. Telekinesis can now pick up. Okay, I don't want to do that.
So, tell me, so you wish that Saints Row 5 goes into time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you hope for Saints Row 6?
I don't know. It seems like, oh wait, what's this? People and vehicles become bombs when picked up and thrown. Cool. So these are also, these elements for the powers are specifically from DLC stuff that was out there. No, I don't know. I think that, okay, which one of these is telekinesis? There it is. I just want to see how this works. So you're a bomb now. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think that at that point they may consider. I mean, if I was them, I'd probably consider restarting. Like at a certain point, with a lot of, you got to ask yourself in franchises. At a certain point, if you're just doing straight sequels and you're not doing like Final Fantasy where you reinvent the wheel every time, you got to start asking yourself, how do you at a certain point, does it just become ridiculous to keep trying to shoehorn more and more sequels in there? Like, maybe you think about movie franchises, and like, how many movie franchises say get above 5 with continuity that aren't prequels and they keep going further and further forward in the story?
Like Leprechauns?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess horror movies. Yeah, horror movies definitely go over that.
I think the one we've figured out that had the most was like 12. I forget which one had 12. I think it was the Jason.
Was it Jason with Jason X and and yeah, there were a lot
Jason
of those.
H2O and H2O or something.
Halloween H2O. Even I know that. So last night, a friend of mine came over. We had a scary movie marathon.
Oh yeah, what did you watch?
So my friend is a total weenie about horror movies.
She was adorable.
Yep, and we decided I said, you need to toughen up, lady. You need more horror movies.
I love these, by the way.
Oh, Mind Over Murder?
Yes.
So we were going to watch some stuff. So I crafted what I thought was a good flow that wasn't going to leave somebody. Not like okay, we're going to watch Martyrs, and then I'm going to turn off all the lights and kick you out on the street at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No one should ever watch Martyrs ever.
Well, there's that as well.
Watch that?
Yeah.
Last night?
No. Oh, God, no. I'd never do that to somebody who wasn't into horror movies.
We've talked about that, though.
Yeah.
That was my worst Fantastic Fest experience, was that a programmer said, you didn't see Martyrs? You should skip the Bill Murray and the cave party
to
watch Martyrs.
No.
I did.
You should
I
definitely
was
not.
so upset.
Yep, I would be too.
Like, I stopped being that person's friend.
I mean, I watched it. I watched it kind of just out of the blue of my own volition, and I think that it worked out all right. Oh, I need to turn off the explosions.
And Jeff, just so you know,
yeah.
you can't have a friend who's a lady and people not think you want to.
Yeah, I know. I knew how that was going to work. But anyway, so we started with Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Got some gore, but it's a fun movie and it's sweet, and like there's a lot to like in there outside of just the fact that it's a horror movie.
Yes.
And that was the warm up, and she kept saying, "I think you're trying to lull me into a false sense of security," because the next one that we watched was The Babadook.
Yes.
Which I think is actually. Oh wait, these guys. Oh, bogus. Wait, do I need something? Oh, it's this thing. Sorry, into the pink one.
Yes.
And then, so we did that, and that was like the big scary one, right?
Right.
And then after that,
Did she get frightened by it?
Yeah. But it's see, when watching the Babadook again, like the Babadook is great because it is frightening, but it's got so many layers and so much depth to it that it's. I mean, you only see the monster like 4 times in that entire movie. It's got a lot, and plus it's got so many metaphorical implications that you can sit around and say, like, well, what do you think it was really about? Like, was it about a ghost, or was it about, a metaphor for insanity, or did she, her kid, blah, blah, blah. So that was good. And then after that, I figured, let's go ahead and cool down. And so, damn it, get the car. We cooled down with Trick or Treat, because that's kind of like just.
Which one?
Just I didn't know there was more than one.
So the metal one, or the one about the different situations?
The anthology one.
Anthology.
Yeah, that was the one, and so it was like,
I love them both, by the way.
It's gory, but it's like it's got all this, the way that all this stuff ties together.
Her dance is so good. Look at the dance.
Woot, woot, Loretta. And then after that, she was like, I need a palate cleanser, so we watched Guardians of the Galaxy, because,
Okay.
How can you watch Groot and Rocket and then not just be like, okay, what's horror? I don't know. Shit was blowing up.
So how did she react, though?
Good. She was, the few scary parts of the Babadook really got to her. It was funny. Tucker and Dale, she really liked that movie way more, and that was, to me, part of the whole thing, not experiment, because it wasn't an experiment, but part of the whole thing was just like, yeah, if you have only been exposed to like super gory, kind of low budgety horror movies,
Right.
a lot of times you can miss movies like Tucker and Dale that are fun and sweet because they're technically listed in like the horror genre.
Okay.
So she really liked that. In fact, she kept saying, I feel like you're lulling me into a false sense of security by showing me this because I kind of hyped up the Babadook a little bit. And then she did like the Babadook because of the things that I said, because it's just a legitimately good movie.
Right.
And it's scary. And again, like watching it for a second time, that actress, she's incredible in that movie. Like all the range of harried mother, and then when she gets all nutty and just this, just runs the range of emotions in that movie, and it's all great. Even the kid, I don't normally like kids all that much in movies, but the kid does a really good job too of being simultaneously the most irritating child in the entire world, and real well meaning at the same time. And then Trick or Treat, I don't know if she really liked that all that much. She was interested in the fact that all the stories tied together so well, but
I love anthology horror.
I think that Trick or Treat might have been a better choice that might be a better choice for somebody who's into horror movies, right?
Okay.
Because it kind of toys a little bit with some of those tropes.
Yes.
And it's also, if you're any one of those people who's just a huge Halloween fanatic, that movie is definitely for you as well.
Super creepy.
But no, it was cool. We had a good time.
I watched last night. I watched The Hole for the first time, which is hilarious because it's by Joe Dante, and I didn't realize I never saw it because every time I saw the cover, I thought it was The Gate, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen the Small Creature movie," because the cover looks exactly the same, even the lettering. It's like two boys looking in a hole.
Okay.
And The Gate is completely different movie, and Netflix had a different picture on it, and I was like, "What?" Maybe I haven't seen this movie, and I watched it, and I had never seen it. And John was making fun of me because I would jump at all the jump scares.
I've heard good stuff about that movie. At the hole, right? Like they find a hole and it's just all of their worst nightmares come out of the hole or something.
That's yes.
Kind of. I mean.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is the only part of Saints Row 4 that I didn't really like all that much. Was all the cyber stuff. I felt was a little. I mean, this one's pretty cool, but like the mini games where you have to, like that one where you have to run, or the one where you have to pick the balls up and throw them into the hoops or whatever.
Right.
Those were kind of meh.
I didn't mind these. It was the RoboCop falling through a hole.
Wait, RoboCop falling through a hole?
Yeah, like that free falling. As a robot, space robot.
I don't know if I know what you're talking about. I don't. Space robot. I'm trying to translate this in my brain. Robot falling in a hole. Nope. Don't know.
I don't know what happened.
Your laptop?
My laptop.
My
really nice, perfect laptop just blacked out.
Yeah.
So we're going to restart. Sorry, chat room.
Yeah.
We just have to live with me.
Ugh. I'm still trying to figure out what this RoboCop thing is.
So my one of my New Year's resolutions was to read more fiction.
Okay.
So the first fiction I read was Ready Player One.
Okay.
And I thought that would be kind of like this sort of way, too, where you're playing in different modes within the same game.
Okay.
Like it could make for a pretty good game.
Yeah. I just started reading... So I watched Interstellar last week.
I love that movie.
I really didn't like it all that much. But
really?
The problem is that I'm such a freaking sci-fi junkie that, like, I mean, I'm not going to... I know a lot of people will sit there and they'll be like, yeah, what was obvious from the very beginning what was going to happen. And it wasn't obvious to me from the very beginning what was going to happen, but when it became obvious what was going to happen, I was like, oh, this. But I heard that there's a Kurt Vonnegut book called The Sirens of Jupiter or something like that. That's one of the first books to kind of deal with that same kind of. I'm just going to say thing because I don't want to spoil it for people.
Okay.
So I started reading that the other day because I finished up all the other books that I was reading. It's been ripping through sci-fi recently. But Ready Player One, good? You're enjoying it
liked
so far? Are you finished
I
it?
finished it,
Mhm.
yeah. And so, like, I don't see how it'll play as a movie as well, but I thought as a video game.
I've never read it before, and I think that I might need to because
Jason hated it.
Yeah,
so.
Jason really didn't like it, and I never heard of it before. He told me about it. He was like, "Yeah, everybody says this is great, but it's terrible."
I loved it.
And
That's
I was
so funny.
like, "Okay," because Jason and I have some pretty similar tastes, but then sometimes, like especially if Jason and I talk about horror movies, and he's like, "Yeah, that one was all right." I'm just like, "Your standards are so low for horror movies." So I don't know. Maybe. I think the last 2 or 3 books that I read were ones that I was just rereading books that I'd read before, so I can go find some more stuff. I know there's at least 2 books coming out in the next 3 or 4 months in these series that I've been reading.
Okay.
Where the next iteration is coming out. Which, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had a series of books where I'm like waiting for the next one. Honestly, I think Harry Potter was the last one where it was like, oh shit, is that new Harry Potter book out? I want to read it.
It's definitely go to the midnight release dressed as Dobby. Like, I haven't done that for a book in forever.
Neither have I, just for the record.
No, like, I would do that for Harry Potter.
Oh.
There hasn't been a book since
right.
Harry Potter that I would go to the midnight releases dressed as a character from the book.
So wait, you did go to a midnight release for Harry Potter dressed like Dobby?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have those pictures? Where are they?
I
Make
don't
it your
think we
Facebook
have
profile.
pictures, yeah.
Come on, Kayla. Were you just like holding a sock?
What?
A sock.
Yeah. No, I wasn't that. I was still
Oh.
a house elf. I hadn't been freed yet.
Okay. Yeah, I could say that there's only been a couple books in my life where I was reading the book and I read a thing, right? I like read a sentence, and then I was just zipping along, reading, consuming the book, read this sentence, read the next sentence, read the next sentence, and my brain went, whoa, 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 what the fuck just happened there? And there's a pretty dramatic death at the end of Harry Potter where I was just like, whoa, hey, back it up for a second. What did I just know? Come on, man. Of course, I do think, though, I'm a real firm believer in the idea that if you're the creator of like a fictional universe or world that is much beloved and stuff like that, you should get to stop. And I think the fact that J.K. Rowling is going back and writing more Harry Potter books is kind of, I mean, I'll read them and I'm sure they'll be fine, but it's kind of like some game developers, like Hideo Kojima has been making Metal Gear games for 20 years, and the guy wants to make other stuff, but it just doesn't work out that way. And I'm like, no.
I think she legitimately loves this universe,
Yeah.
and her brain has just been wired to think within that universe.
Mm-hmm.
That she doesn't have like a better setting for her ideas.
Yeah. Well, maybe so. I mean, did you read? She wrote that other book under a pseudonym, right? It was
No,
like
I didn't read.
it was a mystery book that she put out under a guy's name.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like it was last year, the year before, or something.
I don't know what that is. I'll have to go look.
I'm pretty sure I read that story because I thought, why the hell would she need a pseudonym? And then I remembered, oh yeah, because she wrote Harry Potter. And she puts out something that's not Harry Potter under her own name. People are gonna be like, yeah, that's great, no, but
It's not Harry Potter.
where the fuck are the wizards at?
Interesting. I'll have to go look it up. They say she wrote 2 books.
Okay.
And then the chat room is talking about The Prestige and whether they liked it or not. And I love The Prestige, but it's one of those funny things where it was a movie that I didn't watch based off of the cover.
Okay.
Like, there's just certain ones that what's it called? The art on the front.
Cover art.
The cover art. Of that and the cover art of Delicatessen
Oh yeah. Yep.
put me off for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched both of those movies and I loved them.
Yep. Delicatessen, by the way, is a fantastic movie. I know that we have some folks. I mean, like, a lot of times people will get upset with me because I haven't, say, seen Forrest Gump, right? But it was because I was out there watching Delicatessen and City of Lost Children and The Young Poisoner's Handbook and stuff like that instead. But yeah, if you have not seen Delicatessen, you should watch that movie because it's really insane and incredible. Also, City of Lost Children.
Right.
More insane with the hottest little girl I've ever seen in my life. I don't know.
Wait, say that again?
I know. I understand. I know. I hear what's coming out of my mouth. But, like, okay, when you watch City of Lost Children, the little girl that's in that movie, right?
I'm not. Is this that dystopian future one?
This is the one with the guys that have, like, it's got a brain in a tank, and Ron Perlman, and the guys that got the eyes.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Green smoke.
Okay, I haven't seen this movie.
Okay, well, it's by the same guy who made Delicatessen.
Okay.
It was between that and, I guess, he did Amelie as well,
Yes,
right?
he did. No.
No, he didn't.
I'm not sure. He did Micmacs. He did Alien 4.
Yep, I'm pretty
know-
sure it's the same person. But
They're calling you Pedo Jeff, sorry.
yeah, I know. But if you go back and you watch that movie, I remember when I watched that movie, it was just like the little girl in that movie has a strangely adult face, and she's
Okay.
really pretty, and it was very confusing. So, drink
But
the
you
wine.
can say that she's a cute girl.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Well, hello.
Your mom's a slave.
Don't remember this part.
Why are you so mean? You locked me in a virtual hellhole. Fine, blame the victim. Wait. I want to rescue Matt Miller. Okay. Dominatrix fades away before you stands. Killbane. He was one of the guys in the last game. One of the factions was Luchador Gang, and he was the leader of Luchador Gang. There we go. All right. I know you can beat him, Matt.
Do it.
Low limit to false sense
it.
of security. Punch him.
But yeah, so it's
Bam.
Ready Player One is playing different video games throughout the ages.
Mm-hmm.
And so you might be playing a reader like this one, or you might do a side scroller, or you might do something like Pac-Man. So I think it's really the developers of Saints Row 4 could really like develop that game into something like that.
There's a there was a game that they've got like a Kickstarter for that was on the Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it's like you're this little girl playing video games throughout the ages.
Oh, Loretta in high resolution.
That's
oh,
right.
No. I can't handle her. She's really.
Every time she comes up on the screen, Kayla's just like, I can't look at her anymore.
But because she seems really nice and super sexual and someone I could get along with.
Yeah.
But then you guys just made her terrible.
Well, you're just getting the flashbacks from when we played The Sims 4 and you two romanced, right? Like.
Oh.
Or did you forget about that?
I blocked it, yes.
All right. Got Miller out. Got Sid out. I think next is we need to start doing some of the like loyalty missions for these folks. Let's see what we got going on here. Get some money. Boom.
Look at you.
What kind of quest we got? Retrieve Matt Miller. Oh, right. Okay. Meet Sid. Kinsey needs to talk to you.
They think
gonna
I'm
go
Kinsey like, I'm a computer superstar.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
What? Oh, you think
Are
you're?
you the Loretta and I am the Kinsey?
I'm probably more than Matt Miller, but you know, it's kind of what it is.
Ow.
You whack yourself in the face with the microphone.
Yep. Because I like to drive Jeff crazy by not doing it correctly.
True. I've got these microphones set up in just the right way, folks, so that all you have to do is just put them in front of your face and then never move them again. And Kayla spends the entire 3 hours moving it up, moving it down, turning it around. Like, all right. Well, do you have any awesome questions this week?
Oh, I don't know about awesome.
Do we have any questions this week? Is that Shondi? Wow, that was weird. Yeah, giant robots.
Do you like smelly feet?
No. I mean, I don't know if I have an opinion one way or the other. Wash your feet, I guess. Mm.
Like, I think my feet smell sometimes, but that's why I don't wear shoes for very much.
Yeah.
That way we just spread the wealth.
Spread the wealth. Urgh!
Just that way it's not all in just one shoe.
Right. Wait, what? I don't know if I entirely understand what you're saying, Kayla.
So you don't wear shoes so
Right.
that you could just
Oh, so that it's wafting. You're wafting out into the world.
exactly.
Okay. Where's disengaged?
So
subjects?
if you were naked on an alien ship, what would you do?
Probably exactly the same thing that happened in this game. Well, no, I'd probably be killed almost immediately, but I don't know. It depends.
You think so?
If
I
those
think you're tougher than that.
if those alien bastards, I mean, like if I could get a gun and start shooting aliens, I'd shoot as many as I could before they got to me.
Do you think you would be modest or practical? Like,
What?
would you be trying to hide your junk behind a pole?
No. At that point, like you've got way bigger problems than are those aliens going to laugh at your junk, right?
Right.
Like if they've got laser guns and stuff, then like that's way more important than, oh no, they can see my wang. No, aliens, don't look at my junk. I'm modest. Now if you were thrown into like a human holding pit, right, with a bunch of other humans and everybody there was naked, I might try to angle in directions so that it's not like we're all just straight up looking at each other's junk. But then Kayla, have you ever taken an art class before?
Yes.
Obviously, right? Have you ever taken like a life drawing class?
So, yes.
Okay. So back when I was in art school, I worked at this job, and there was one semester where I was taking life drawing, and that involves drawing naked people pretty much all the time because that's what you do. And it's helpful and it works and it's
Unless
got a
you
reason.
go to ACC where they make them wear flesh-colored bodysuits.
Well, I did go to ACC and they did not make them wear flesh-colored
They did it
bodysuits.
for my friend's class.
I mean, maybe they do it now, but they didn't when I was going there like 5 or 6 years ago. And in fact, I took 2 different classes that had model drawing, and neither one of them had flesh-colored, because that defeats the whole point, right? It's part of the whole reason you're drawing naked people is to learn the musculature and the way that a human body is all put together, and the way that you do that. Like, I'd be honest here, like one of the best models that we had was this guy that came in all the time, and he was this old dude who was like didn't have much fat on him, and so you got to see like all the musculature in him, and that's the reason that you're doing life drawing. It's not. So I would go to work then, and I worked at this store, and they'd be like, "Oh man, you taking a life drawing class? Are there naked ladies in there?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." They'd be like, "Do you look at them?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, that's hot." You go, "Well, after a while, you're just drawing a thing, right?" Like, it would be a horrible life drawing class. You spent the entire time going, "Oh man, she's so hot. Oh my God." Like, if you spent the entire time lusting after the model, 1, you wouldn't get anything done. And 2, when you're trying to figure out how to draw like people's shoulders correctly, like, I don't know, your priorities just change. You're trying to do a good drawing, not, drool over people.
Okay, so two stories coming out of Kayla Cromer's life drawing class.
Okay.
One is, at the time, I had, in college, not gone on very many dates.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't gone to any dates where people didn't have their clothes on.
Right.
So,
Dude, those are the clothes-off dates. That's the best.
and in high school, anytime people would have their clothes off, in a movie, I would cover my eyes and
my
have
God.
my friends tell me when it was over.
What?
Like, super prude.
Are you like Doogie? Did you go to high school when you were 8, like Doogie Howser or something? I mean, I don't understand.
So, yeah, I would just cover my eyes. And
Right.
it took me a long time to get over even that.
Uh-huh.
And so here I am, 19-year-old Kayla in a life drawing class, and it's the first time I'm seeing a naked man.
Right.
Like,
The first.
Ever.
Okay. Yep.
and
So you're saying is that you were not able to remain as objective as Jeff about this particular situation.
no, and so I was just like, and when I get nervous,
Yeah.
I talk A lot.
Oh, that's not good for a live drawing class where everybody is silently drawing the naked person.
I was just like, because it's the only way I could make it less real.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just talking and joking, and my art teacher was just like, I have never met anyone like you. This is crazy. And then a few weeks later,
I think this is great. This total reversal of roles here. I like the fact that this Kayla, this art class, is basically the person that you want to see me be every time you're on this show. Anyway, you were saying.
And then, like maybe 4 weeks in, 3 weeks in, there's a girl, and she's a very lovely girl who happened to go to the bathroom before she came, and she had a little piece of toilet paper on her bottom.
Oh, man.
And every person drew
the toilet paper?
Piece of toilet paper, which was not what we were supposed to focus on. We're supposed to focus on large shapes.
Right.
And
yeah. Well, you know, art students have a weird sense of humor.
Oh my gosh.
That sounds great. I actually, you know what? I tell you, I have nothing but respect for the models that do that stuff, and not because they're modest or immodest or whatever, but because, like, my God, the amount of like just endurance it takes to assume a position and then stay in that position for even 30 minutes, even a short session, right?
10 minutes is hard.
Yeah. Like, you know, you try it, because the thing is that, like, a lot of times it can be a relaxed position, but it can't just be you're asleep, right? You have to stay, and you have to give the people something interesting, like like if you just like laid down on the ground with your arms at your side, like that doesn't help if you draw somebody like that, because that's not the way that you normally draw human beings, right? You normally draw them doing stuff or in a dynamic pose or stuff like that. So that's not helpful. So you got to have some kind of pose. And even when you think of just having, like, you know, sitting, reclining with your knee up, but like you can't move because that screws it all up for the artist, right? You know, the whole point is learning how to translate what your eye is seeing onto the paper. And so if you're constantly moving around and changing what's on the paper, then that's just worthless to the artist. So, yeah, I have an awful lot of respect for those people. We had one lady, we did a class called Drawing for Animation that was all about learning how to draw super fast. So we do, like, a whole series of 30-second poses. And it would just be... And I remember asking my teacher, well, how much do you expect us to be able to draw in 30 minutes? And he's like, the whole thing. The lady with the hair and all the details and stuff, like, you got to try for that. And if you can only get it, like, and so once you were doing that for like a semester, you spent an entire semester drawing 30-second poses, trying to finish every single one of them. You get to the end and they're like, you've got 5 minutes. And I'm like, 5 minutes? I can draw the universe in 5 minutes. The hell are you talking about, 5 minutes? So.
That's amazing.
I think everybody should take, I mean, like, I think artists, it's great because it's construction drawing is all it is. It's they're teaching you how to do that. But it's great because you start to overcome, especially a lot of people that I know when they're first starting art, they want it to be perfect, right? And, like, nope, you can't do that. You've got to just get something down on paper. You can't try to make that hand look like as good as it can because you have 10 more seconds to finish all of the legs, you know, before the timer goes off. All right, let's go. And did you have? Was that both of the stories?
Yeah, that was both of the stories. I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was such a weirdo prude. But it's okay. It's all going at your own pace.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend's an artist who's really, really good.
He is.
And I'm pulling up a picture on my Facebook so Jeff can see of a picture I forced him to draw.
Uh-huh.
So what I did is I put a pencil in his hand. I go, draw me. The people in the chat room's like, Jeff should should be a model like on the Titanic. You be the guy you're on the couch.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I've done a picture of me laying on the couch.
Uh-huh.
And
it's a nice picture. Yeah,
it's just, and he's like, it's the worst picture I've ever drawn because I just put a pencil in his hand and I was making shapes to make my body.
Your boyfriend is a freaking fantastic artist.
I know.
Like, for those of you guys who only know John Rubio from Spill or from like the Beerus, you should go. I mean, he's got a website, right, where people can go look at his portfolio. You guys should totally go check that out. He is phenomenal. Like, just excellent artist. Like, yeah, I didn't know for a long time, and like I not to say that I was surprised or anything, but like he's just probably one of the best artists. I mean, working at Spill, it's like I know some of the animators and the folks that were over there that are really good, and I've seen some of the fan art that we've got that's really good. He's one of the, and I went to art school, but he's one of the better artists that I've ever met. I mean, I just think the level of detail and composition is fantastic.
I put a link up.
There you go.
So stay on this one and open a tab, friends.
There you go. Blow stuff up.
But yeah, so it's really funny that I made him make this terrible, terrible picture.
It's not really a terrible, terrible picture.
So, and then, have you ever done any nude poses?
No. I've never posed. Oh no, when I was in that class, there was a day where we didn't have models, and so they basically, the teacher asked us to essentially take turns with our clothes on, just standing up and standing up in front of the class and letting them draw us, right? And so we had to do like 5 minutes. Right, of just standing there stuck still. And that's where I was like, oh, yeah, this is incredibly difficult. Like, so much harder. You try to tell somebody standing still is really, really hard, and they're like, what are you talking about? That's stupid.
So some people are saying that the Twitch feed is laggy.
Uh-oh.
Like more than one person says that. So
Okay.
we're going to check real quick.
Let's see.
And I will, while he's talking, I'll be like, yeah, I totally posed naked a couple times. But I had to go back when I wanted to become a teacher and be like, just put those in the vault until I retire. Because in Austin, they'll fire you.
Oh.
Like there's been teachers who've done, like art teachers who've done that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And they've gotten fired because someone else found one of the students found a portfolio
Of somebody else that
had pictures of the teacher.
Uh-huh.
And it's not the teacher even told them to go look at it or anything. It's just that they had them in the universe.
That's weird.
And they got fired.
But that's weird, though, because, I mean, like...
Here in Austin,
okay, so, guys, I checked the stream, and I'm not seeing any, like, drop frames, and the bandwidth looks like it's okay. I would ask maybe you guys, I mean, like, if we've got a lot of people that are really having a problem, I can stop it and restart it. So just let me know if you guys, I mean, like, how many people are really having serious issues.
Some people say it's okay. Some people say it's Twitch.
Okay.
Some people think it's their ISP.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not, from the stuff that I've got over there, I'm not seeing a lot of drop frames, and I'm not seeing, like, my bandwidth doesn't seem to be fluctuating, so you might just check it on your side and see if you can refresh and bring it back up. Anyway, I don't understand why that would be because, if you look at most life drawing, it's not pornographic, it's not erotic, it's not even sexy. It's just drawing naked humans. Like, that's all that it is. So, yes, I definitely want...
But we have a morality clause in our thing, and they can interpret it any way they want.
That's so messed up. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand... I can understand there's some people, I don't know. No, I can't. I can't understand anybody that gets real uptight about just, like, there's a difference in my mind between, like, nudity and, like, sexy naked times, right?
Right.
Like, there's totally a difference between somebody who's showing you their junk in a way that says, yeah, check out my junk, right? But, like, if you just look at pictures of people on, like, a nude beach or something, and it's just like, yeah, they're naked humans. That's it. And I think that the idea of getting all bent out of shape over the fact that, oh, my goodness, a nipple, right, is, I think it's ridiculous. I really honestly do. I like the way Europeans think about it because they're just like, what? It's just naked people. Like, So yeah.
So,
what was that thing where they put the pants on that statue or whatever that dong was hanging out in front of like a courthouse or something? I don't remember. It was a thing. I think it was during the Bush years or whatever. They had like statues in front that were naked, and they wanted to like cover them up, and it was like, what, are you kidding me? Like, come on, it's just nudity. It's if you make it all crazy like that, then it'll be crazy. But if you don't make such a big deal out of it, then nobody cares. Nobody cares.
So my aunt had a funny story. So for Thanksgiving, they always go to the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And so
the
since
spirit of pilgrims.
well,
Okay, here we go.
because they have that week off, and it's something they could do as a family that they really enjoy.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Okay.
And they're very, very into yoga. Like, they're all super advanced. And so they found this place that was a yoga retreat that said naturalists.
Right.
And they're like, oh, like, they thought it was like nature and all that stuff. It meant it was
Naked.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took their 2 teenage daughters, to this nudist yoga camp for a week. And
Yep.
and their teenage daughters weren't ready for that.
Yep.
And it was the most awkward week for them.
Well, sure. Yeah, obviously.
So
But
funny.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Like I've
Like you said, it's only a big deal if it's.
if you make it a big deal,
But
it
they're
doesn't.
from middle of Tennessee. Like,
Yeah,
there's.
I just don't really understand. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand where that comes from. I don't know. It seems so Victorian, right? And like, oh my goodness, you can see her ankles. Gracious, scandalous. It just seems ridiculous to me at this point. Especially, again, considering that I can see all the naked people that I want to on the internet, like, right now. Just go to Google. Damn it. No. No. Oh, come on. I want to. Farfuk Nugan. I don't understand. Anyway. All right, eat dubstep. Let's do this.
You're like, no.
It totally dawned on me. I don't know if it had before that what he does with these guys is the Matrix.
Yes.
I think I don't think that registered to me the first time that I saw it. That he's totally the end of the Matrix, neoing into the monsters. Loretta.
I'm going to grow up to be Loretta.
So dramatic. All right, we got the stomp unlocked.
Like, let's go stomp. Can't you, like, skip this?
No, not for this one. I don't think so. Bam!
You're like, I'm so good at stomping.
Super stomp. I miss, what's the one? I mean, you get it like right before the game is over where you can kind of like, when you're up in the air, fly down to the ground and make that giant nuclear explosion.
Yes.
I really like that power.
Me too.
The only thing that these powers are good for, in my opinion, is getting the clusters.
Oh, I love stomping, though.
Yeah?
Stomp, stomp. That was like my go-to. Dude. Make him dance and stomp
crap.
his booty.
Yeah, the monsters don't dance. Oh, ow! Right in the face hole.
And you're like, Kayla Cromer, for the last 2 weeks you've been crying about all the monsters dying. And
That's right.
These are like, kill it.
Well, Zinniac and company are kind of, jerks. Oh, come on. I was just spooling it up. I would pay like a huge amount of in-game currency for a dubstep gun that was able to instantly start shooting.
Right. But that's part of the joy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kenzie.
So you feeling about talking about love?
In all the wrong places. Sure. What's up?
Have you ever done that Color guard girl, did you ever draw her?
I don't think so. I mean, I knew her in high school, and then I dated her shortly after I moved back to Austin from Seattle, and then I went to college. Like I went to art school, like what 3 or 4 years after that. So no, actually no, it was probably longer than that. It was probably more like 7 years after that. So,
Do you online date?
no, I've got a profile somewhere that I'm now gonna have to delete.
Oh, yeah?
Well, obviously.
Because you just said that you
Because
had
I
one.
said it, yeah. So we'll get done here. I'm going to have to delete it and forget about online dating
no.
ever again. Sorry, I should have known better than to do that and to say that here on the internet. But I don't know. Jason always tells his wonderful stories about online dating, and even you've told your wonderful stories about online dating. I've had
good ones, but I've also had terrible ones. That's why I say it's important to do it a lot.
Yeah.
And not to be discouraged.
Yeah, I think that I just haven't really. The problem that I had was that I still have a very difficult time thinking about online dating as a quantity thing, right?
Okay.
Because I'll be like, I want to find somebody that I really like, right? Because I can tell from some of these profiles that it's like you and I are not gonna get along, right? So I'll spend a lot of time like kind of reading people's profiles and figuring out who they are and seeing if I can't find people that I'm really into. And so I'll end up with like 2 people that I want to message, and then either one of them messages me back, and it's like, oh, okay, well, this has been a colossal waste of time. Plus, it's the sort of thing that it's the sort of thing that I don't know. It takes a lot for me to even go out on a limb and send somebody a message on one of those services to begin with, and then it's a very different environment than it used to be. I mean, all of the horrible crap that.
Hello.
Damn it!
Break time.
All right, is it break time?
Well,
I mean, I could just close
15
it.
minutes beforehand.
Here, we'll just do this. All right, here we go. Boom. So yeah, by and large, it's been. I think that a lot of the people that are advocates of dating online haven't done it recently. I feel like there's been a huge influx into online dating of creepy assholes that have made most of the ladies online. Like, I read profiles of people that just have this laundry list of, like, do not message me if this or this or this or this, to the point where that stuff, I'm kind of timid with that stuff, and it really just puts me off. I'm just like, okay, I don't want to come to a point where I have to feel like I have to be like, no, I'm swear to God, I'm not super, super creepy, just to message somebody. So I don't really do it.
John's OkCupid profile is still live.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with. He's not going anywhere. But it's one of those really. I'm really glad it is, because I send people there all the time. So I'm always like.
Plus, I mean, you know, the whole thing about online dating that that I feel is you get this really conflicting message when you get people that try to give you dating advice, because they'll tell you these 2 things: just be yourself, and then be totally this other person. And they will tell you the same things at the exact same time. Like, just be yourself, but be like super confident and be real funny and suave and stuff. And you go, well, that's not me. So I've had a hard time, like, you know, I've read some stuff online, and they're like, yeah, here's how to build your online dating profile for the best success. And I go, okay, that's incredibly good advice. It's also a lie. And all the things that you're saying, like, yeah, be sure to just be super flirtatious and message 100 girls at the same time and be interested and date like 16 people at once. And you go, that's not the kind of person that I am, man. And so you just end up in this really weird place where the dating advice that you're getting just kind of seems scummy, at least.
Okay.
I mean, not scummy, but it's not who I am. And so you go, you get into that same paradox I feel like people have been in for a long period of time, where you say, I want to date, and so the question is, do you change who you are to try to find somebody, or do you keep looking for somebody who's compatible with who you are, or is there some combination of the two that I'm unable to think about? But yeah, I mean, I tried to make an online dating profile, and it took me like hours, and it was terrible when I got done with it, and I've never actually used it for anything. So, anywho, long wind.
They loved it.
Yeah.
They were loving it.
Okay.
Someone were saying that Steam is the place to do it.
Steam is the best online dating service. Yeah. I'm going to make a new online dating profile for Loretta, and it's going to just be, do you like the dubstep gun? Message me if. You should message me if you like the dubstep gun. It's the only thing I care about. Would you get up here, dummy? I hate these guys. They want to hang out in other places that I am not at. There you go. Dance! Dance!
Oh, I guess it's off. I can't find his profile.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun. He's not been on it long enough that they just disable it after a year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was going to totally link it so people could go, oh, that is a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry that I keep going into that voice. I am totally obsessed with Octocat.
Uh-huh. I don't know what that is.
So this really great animator, I forget his name. He was like, I'm going to pretend to be like an 8-year-old boy making an MS Paint animation.
Okay.
And he puts this together. It's called Octocat, but he's actually like this really great animator.
Uh-huh.
And it gets so many views. Like, it goes viral.
Has this?
And it has this really funny voice. He's, I'm Octocat. Are you my parents? And I'm obsessed with Octocat.
Okay. That doesn't sound like a bad thing to be obsessed about. Have I fully upgraded the dubstep gun yet? I need to check here. I also have this plunger gun that's just worthless. I have this gun. This is part of the DLC. This is the America gun. It's just a whole bunch of guns all strapped together, painted red, white, and blue.
Nice.
You got this knife gun. See, this is the dubstep DLC gun. Has a metal one.
Okay.
It has a bunch of different ones, but no, I still got some upgrades left.
Yeah. Back to, what was it? Dating. Someone was saying that they've had the best luck on MySpace, and my friend did too.
MySpace?
Yeah. Like, she was like, I want to meet single ladies within 5 miles of me.
Uh-huh.
And she did, and she messaged like the first one that looked interesting, and they got married.
Wait, MySpace?
Yeah.
MySpace.
Yeah.
So can you just search for people like that on MySpace?
Yes, you can.
So what is this, just like everybody that's left on MySpace is so totally out of the loop that they're...
Because you can write your relationship status.
Uh-huh.
I had a couple of guys try to date me.
Just out of the blue?
Yeah, from MySpace.
Again, the idea... okay, the idea of just like looking around your area, cyber stalking somebody's profile, and then messaging them and going, "Hey, I saw your profile online, and I think I would like to date you," seems incredibly creepy to me. Like, I just like the exact thing that I've read hundreds of thousands of articles online about, how all scumbag men of the world would blah, 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 blah. It just seems like incredibly creepy behavior to just have a message pop up. Yesterday...
The chat is saying that they've had lots of ladies approach them on MySpace.
What? That is insane. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I mean, like, okay, so here's a good perspective, right? This is a good Jeff perspective thing. Yesterday, I woke up, and I was taking my dog for a walk, and I opened my front door, and there was a package sitting on my front door, addressed to me at my address from, like, it was like an Alabama toy store or something.
Okay.
And I opened this thing like it was just full of anthrax because I'm like, what the fuck is this and where the hell did it come from? I did not order anything from Alabama, and yeah, I'm not expecting anything. And if it was from my parents, I would have known that it was coming. What the hell is this? Well, it turns out that one of our friends sent me a Lego AT-AT.
Okay, that's really nice.
Yeah, it's super, super nice. He's a fan who's also a friend. I don't know if I should name him. I don't know if people care about me naming him or not. But, like, he was on some of the shows back in the old Spill days as kind of a person who would come into town from time to time. And, yeah, he just got my address. He went on Amazon. He bought me a Lego AT-AT. He sent it to me. And, like, it was obvious. It was ordered January 10th, right? So it wasn't like a Christmas present that got lost or something. And it wasn't. It was just like, I don't know. He just sent me a Lego AT-AT. But I was so freaked out that I opened my door and there was a package there that I didn't know where it came from. That it was just like, for a while there, I was looking at this thing like, is this okay to open by myself?
Well, I never have that second thought. I'm like, a present at my house. This is awesome.
Should I put on my biohazard suit? Or
I never second guess presents.
Yeah.
Ever.
All right, here we go.
And I get presents because I'm very searchable on the internet.
Did you?
Like my phone. That was the weirdest thing. Is like having people calling me.
That is a very weird thing. I remember when the first time I went to one of your Halloween parties, and I was like, "Well, where do you live?" You're just look at my Facebook page, and I was like, "What are you doing?" So, Kayla, when you played Saints Row, did you put the RoboCop skin on for your gun? Did you notice?
No.
That you know you can totally go in and make your submachine gun the RoboCop gun.
No, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
You can also make. See, I've got Han Solo blasters here. Wait, put them up, Loretta.
But even more than just Facebook, like I just have it on the internet.
Mm-hmm. You just find
Kayla Cromer addresses and phone number.
You know, that means that eventually. Okay, no, I'm not going to say that out loud. I could not give people ideas about stuff.
That they're all going to send me presents.
Yep.
Cry, baby, cry. Like,
yep.
Like, but no one's ever just shown up to my house before.
Yeah.
When it's not been, like, expected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's been times where I'm like, if you would like to, before I sold the hamburger bed.
Right.
I gave an open invitation to all of Austin.
Right. If you want
to come see this before it goes to Chicago, come to this party.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some interesting people who came.
Yeah.
Like the meth addicts, people who were bleeding, who I had to say, I just sold this bed for $3,000.
Please don't bleed on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then some incredibly nice people, like these people who just happened to be in town from Spain, brought me like this bottle of wine and a thing, and they were just so grateful to be able to come over. It was pretty amazing.
I'm so that all sounds just like so paranoid, like just incredible paranoia. Like I kind of get a little weirdly itchy hearing you tell that you just put your address out there and we're like, hey, come by. Like, really? Ow. It hurts my social awkward paranoia right in there.
But it's always kind of fun because I'm always like, who's this gift from? I don't even, it could be anyone in the whole universe.
Yep. It totally could. I even know
That's how I became better friends with my friend Ryan.
I actually have to go. I have to remember to do this, but like over Christmas, did I tell you this? Somebody sent a gift for Rage Select to Rooster Teeth.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't know how. I don't know why. I mean, Griffin's been on here, right? Well, like one time, her and Allison did a Sparkle Fandango, right? But it's not like we're constantly doing Achievement Hunter crossovers or or anything like that. Like I don't even really know those guys.
I would say I know them way better than you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, Jason knows them way better than I do. Most of the folks that Allison knows them way better than I do, just from a variety of different things that have happened. But yeah, I got an email like in mid-December from one of the ladies who works over at Rooster Teeth, and she's like, hey, so we just got this box, and it's like a Christmas present. It's addressed to you. Like, did you tell people to mail us? And I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I told her, I was like, yeah, as soon as we get done with all the craziness, I'll let you know, and maybe I can come by and pick it up. And then I forgot. So I have to, like, it's still there. I need to email
Oh,
them
yeah.
like next week or something and be like, yeah, I can come pick that up. But yeah, it was crazy. Like, that's the only contact I've ever had, formal contact I've ever had with Rooster Teeth was, hey, your fans sent us your presents? Who the fuck are you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and they wrote in the chat, they're like, so if we want to send something to Rage Select, do we have to send it to Kayla? That's actually how we got our Sega Genesis.
That's probably the...
And we got banana bread one time sent to us, and I brought it over to everybody. So
Oh, yeah.
I am the person who brings the presents to the Rage Select.
That would probably be better
But when
because...
you send a present, you really have to send it with the heart of a gift.
Yeah.
Of that you have no expectations of anything back, because I don't give presents, not
Right.
even to my own boyfriend on Christmas or his birthday.
What?
Like, we don't give gifts.
Okay.
Because if we want something, we'll buy it, and if
No.
so, it's just one of those things that's like we'd much rather throw our money into our debt, like just try to get ahead so that we're not always back, right?
Sure. Yeah, that makes plenty of sense.
And then, but also like with the Sega, the thing we found that works best for Rage Select is that new games works best for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so playing those classic games isn't really gonna happen, even though we do love the sentiment.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of people have gifted me stuff on like Steam, obviously, but yeah, I do think if you're gonna send stuff, I mean, if Kayla's all right with getting stuff sent to her, then yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at one point I looked at what it would cost to have, I was raised by a very paranoid man. It was like in a very paranoid time where it's like you keep your personal information to yourself, and a lot of that has just been ingrained in me. But like at one point, people were saying like, where can we send stuff? We want to send you stuff. So I looked at what it would cost to get a post office box. It is expensive to get a post office box.
Very.
Especially if you're getting, if the box itself is big enough to actually put anything in, if it's not like one of those little tiny, just little letters and stuff. Like, those things are really expensive. Okay, come on. Oh, going to Superpower Fight Club. Boosh! When we come back from break, we can do some Loretta customizing.
Okay. Nice.
We'll take a shopping trip, and we'll go to the plastic surgeon. Maybe we could just turn her into Man-Retta. I mean, you could just change, because if you just change the sex over. Oh wait, does it keep the features if you just change the sex over?
I don't know. We'll have to. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh wow, that's a crazy one. Well, are we? Oh god, now I can see where all those little clusters are.
So you want to do some lightning round?
Sure. Is it time? You crack the thunder. Boom, crack.
Okay.
Oh,
So.
Zinniac statue. Boosh. Oh man.
Dun dun dun.
Time for lightning.
Okay,
We need
let me bring the lightning.
We really need a lightning sound, a thunder crack special effect. Yeah, like that.
Jeff and Kayla, if I ever want to drink myself to death, like in leaving Las Vegas, will you sit with me in my last moments? Gross. No. I don't want to see dead people.
Yeah, I would probably sit with you until you passed out and then drag you to the hospital and have them pump your stomach.
Like, if you just want to have super fun times, yeah, but I don't want to see bloated dead people.
Yes, I agree.
Can you guys play Honey Pop?
I don't know what that is.
And then everyone else is like, what is a honey pop?
What is a honey pop? Yeah. Is that is it porno games? Are we just now, is this just going to turn into porno games? That's not cool.
It's a dating sim.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at that face. All right.
Favorite Matthew McConaughey movie?
I don't know. I mean, I've like the stuff that I've liked him in has been TV shows. The Lincoln Lawyer, was that McConaughey? I really liked that movie. Or was that Ethan Hawke?
Like any time they have a beautiful light on that man. He's just so fun to look at.
Yeah.
He's so gorgeous. I can't help it.
Yeah. Is that?
Yeah. It was really hard when he got so sickly looking in True Detective.
Yeah.
Because I'm just used to him just being
He's
so cute.
he's really. I mean, even in Interstellar, he was like very skinny, right? Like very lean. He's a very lean dude now, right? He doesn't have a lot of. He doesn't seem like he's like have a lot of heartthrob muscle or anything on him. He's just very, very skinny.
What does the price of a 6-pack of beer average out there?
Kayla,
Depends what you're buying.
Probably answer that
Well,
better
you
than I
probably
could.
know Lone Star. I think Lone Star is like 6, right?
Lone Stars, yeah, somewhere between. I think it's like 10 for a. I think it's like $10 for a 12-pack or something. You
Okay.
can get a 12-pack of Lone Star for around $10. I
Where
think.
the ones I drink,
Yeah.
10 for a 4-pack will tend to be $10 to $14.
I've actually
But I
taken.
like really boozy, like bourbon barrel-aged stouts and
Yeah.
things like that. So takes more time.
I've actually been drinking Sierra Nevada Nooner,
Okay.
which is a Pilsner
Yeah.
recently, which is good. It's not as it's not like super hoppy or anything. It's just an easy drinking beer. Come on, asshole.
Do you eat bananas?
Do I eat bananas? Sure.
I do every day.
Yeah.
Do you prefer your hot dogs boiled or grilled?
Grilled? What?
I love them grilled.
Yeah. I was like, who answers? I mean, like, are you going to answer boiled? Damn it, Nightblade. Like, I'm
I
just.
don't know who would say boiled. I do like those little miniature, like cocktail weenies in that sauce. Like is
Beanie
that-
weenies?
No, like when they're in that barbecue sauce. and
Okay.
You have the little toothpicks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's so good.
I prefer. So my old roommate used to take Lil Smokies, right?
Yes.
And then would make like teeny tiny pigs in a blanket, right? With a little Smokies and like a little like cut the croissants to the point where you get the little pigs in a blanket, and then she would just make like a ton of them, and you just sit there with like handfuls of pigs in a blanket. These things are great. Yeah, look at Loretta. She's like, yeah, get some. Yeah, did it. Oh!
Someone said, "Do you like my nude drawing of Jeff?" I don't see one.
Oh,
So
have I been
lucky us.
Rule 34?
Probably.
Yeah, you haven't lived until you've read erotic fan fiction written about you and go, huh?
No, I had you take one down.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, this is,
Yep.
I can't have this in the world. I'm a teacher.
Yep. No, there was always the one. There was a few back over on Spill. There was the doc that was written during the Barmageddon.
Now, the doc that from the Sunday streaming
Yeah.
mishap of before I started
Oh,
forum,
public doc. Yeah.
is still alive. and
Yeah.
I still have to be careful not to go, because now the way that
Bam.
the Google page works,
Yeah.
it has little thumbnails,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be very careful to go past it very quickly at school.
Uh-huh.
Because that Loretta picture you guys have on there is not appropriate for children.
Or anybody, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look
Let's
at all
see.
these.
If the Fine Brothers asked you to go on their show, YouTubers react, would you go?
Is that like when kids kids
Probably,
like
yeah.
parents react to Grand Theft Auto or kids
Yeah.
react to Nirvana or
I
stuff
also
like
like
that?
it when they're like, when Scottish people react to American food or Americans.
Did you see that one where there was like Americans eating the weird Asian foods?
Yes.
Were you the one who posted that?
No,
Is that
but
the one
I
fo-
watched those.
Oh,
I
my
love
goodness.
Those. I would love to be on something like that.
Yeah, I would do it. I don't know if I mean like of the Asian foods that they put out there. I don't think that I could have eaten the beans with the like spider webs on them. Are these? I don't understand. There's like a little picture of Zinniac.
Do you
or
wear
something.
gloves?
So when it's very cold outside, sure.
I wear gloves or mittens.
I walk my dog, and when it's cold, wear some gloves.
If I came over to cook you a meal, what would you like?
Ooh. It depends on what you're best at cooking. I'm
Yeah.
very omnivorous. I like all kinds of food. I don't turn down food very often.
Just cheese.
Unless it's cilantro or just, a huge block of cheese, which is that's the weird food thing that I have is trying
Make
to.
me a souffle.
Yep.
Or some confit.
I mean, I'll take steak and potatoes. I've got no problem with that. Doesn't have to be fancy as long as it tastes good. take a nice vegetable plate. I've said it before, Kayla. I love vegetarian food. I love vegetarian cuisine because they use so much more spice and they have to get real creative and stuff with it. I absolutely love it. I love also meats and vegetables and all that stuff. So what the hell is this marker?
Have you ever tried a ramen burger? I haven't yet.
I have not. I don't know if there's anywhere here in town that has one.
Yes, there is, but I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
Google or Yahoo?
Google. God,
Google forever.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yahoo.
I cannot wait until Google Fiber is in my neighborhood.
Yep. I keep going on there to make sure I keep entering my address over and over again just to be like, is it here yet? Like some guy, I was walking my dog and some guy had a sign in his yard that was like for Google Fiber, and I was like, is it here now? Oh, it's just like he's promo, like he wants it. So then I thought, I need to get one of those signs, put it in my yard.
Do you watch epic rap battles of history? I don't.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They said that there's a naked picture of Jeff in the comments, but I do not see it.
Well, do you have it sorted by newest or most popular?
Best.
Or best? Switch it over to newest.
Oh,
and see.
there it is. There she is.
And I have some luscious tits. My boobs are not as big as they used to be. There's a time when that picture would have been a little bit more accurate, but sadly, I just, I've still got a little bit of boobage, but nowhere near as much as I used to. Oh.
In Warhammer 4000.
Yes.
What army would
40,000.
do you like to play as?
Humans.
What?
Humans.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I'm a big fan. There's a certain point in like fantasy stuff where I just got really sick and tired of all the superpowered other people, and I like the humans because they've got to face off against orcs that can tear them in half, and immortal elves, and in the case of Warhammer 40K, robot zombies and crazy, like just all kinds of craziness. And yet they're just a bunch of dudes. So the Imperium, I like those guys. I also like the just the Space Marines.
Okay.
Even though they're not just straight humans. They're like 7 foot tall genetic super soldiers. But I still like them. Also, fuck chaos. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. That's what I said.
So, Kayla, do you spank your students? No.
No.
Never.
I should hope not.
Even if I could, I would not choose to because it's not how your brain works best.
Yeah.
There's so many research studies that say that it actually makes learning other things harder because you're living in a fight or flight stance and you can't relax to learn other information.
That makes sense.
So I would not, even if I could.
Right.
Like there's some kids that I send into another room because I can't handle them.
Right.
They have to go listen to another teacher. But usually that's about all we need. Let's see. What old electronic device do you wish was still around?
What electronic device do I wish was still around?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm pretty happy with the current state of affairs, so I don't know if I would. I try to think of what would you bring back. Like,
I would like payphones just in case, like, my battery does die sometimes. Like, I hate that there's not payphones in emergencies.
What is this?
Because I do not feel comfortable. I do not like when people ask me to borrow mine when their phone dies.
Right.
I wish they could be like, no, you can't, but here's a quarter.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Go use that payphone.
That makes plenty of sense. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of, you know what? This is weird kind of neo-Ludditism, right? But, like, I kind of would be cool with the idea of bringing back the home landline, only if it was accompanied by the idea that you can go somewhere without your cell phone.
Okay.
Like, I really like, I see, you know, just like grew up in an era where you could just leave the house and then nobody could get in touch with you, and it was expected that nobody can get in touch with you. Like, people would call the places that they knew you hung out to see if they could find you to get in touch with you, and it wasn't really a huge deal. Wow, I created a big mess down there. I don't know. I like the technology that we have, though. I mean, I'm a big fan of the stuff that we have, and I like to see where it goes. So,
what do you think of snipers?
I think that it's a class that I can't play in Team Fortress 2.
Okay. Would you drink Red Bull infused coffee?
Oh, that's okay. So I'm going to say no to that because I don't think those are two tastes that I really have any interest in tasting together. But I will say that when I have like a really heavy day of recording,
Right.
a lot of times I'll start with my normal coffee, but I'll have a Red Bull backup so that when I start crashing from the coffee, I can re-up with the Red Bull, and the Red Bull crash is not as bad as the coffee downtime.
So, they don't make this anymore, but for a brief, beautiful moment in history, they made coffee Coca-Colas. And it was so good.
Oh, I think I've seen those, right? They're like
I love the flavor.
Black Label kind of
Yes.
thing. I think my friend has one of those in his fridge, actually. Like from
Those are like from 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, he told me, I think the last time I was hanging out with him, he's like, yeah, it's my retirement. It's like,
Oh, it was so good. And if someone on the forums wanted to go on a date with you, how could they best not creep you out but also be interested?
That's a good question. I had somebody once upon a time who sent me a letter saying that they liked me, and it just really kind of freaked me out a little bit. It was also one of these things where
That's what they're saying. They know that you're one of those timid flowers.
Right, yeah.
And they do think you're interesting. They like what you have to say.
Yeah.
But they don't want to freak you out.
That's a very good question. I would
Come to like a meetup maybe and just see if there's chemistry.
I would say maybe God, just message me, like send me an email, and I think that I don't know. You know, maybe friend me on Facebook. Like maybe send me an email and a friend request on Facebook at the same time, so that because my email's a mess. You know,
Okay.
I've just got it's rage select and there's a zillion things, and I totally mean to email people back and then I forget and I don't, and then in the case of that, it was like I was thinking about this person sent me this letter and it was really lovely and I was like, this is great. And I thought about it, and then I thought about it for too long, and then I've been thinking about this forever, and now it's going to be weird. And be like, yeah, so you sent me this 2 weeks ago, and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm now embarrassed and red. I can feel that my face is turned all red. So.
You're not, though. I've seen you worse.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to have private times with this person. I'm just...
Yeah. I also am fully aware that I've just been collecting these clusters for like the last 10 minutes. I've got 114 clusters. I've just been running around.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
When you get a new power, when you have all those, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so relaxing. Like, that's what I did. Like, I went around collecting clusters, and it was just very relaxing.
Well,
That's
I've been
why I think
waiting
I like that.
to get the power from Matt Miller that shows them to you on the map. Like, it's harder when you have to spot them, because when you can just see them, then you can just kind of.
Oh, yeah.
So, are we done?
About 2 more questions
Okay.
before 4:45.
Okay.
Have you met anyone you foresee coming on to new dojo, like as a new personality?
I've got some folks that I met up with that right now I just am having a really difficult time because we've got so many different. So it used to be, this is a little inside baseball, right? It used to be that I recorded like in big blocks, right? Like Jason and I would record one huge block of videos, and then Grant and I would record one huge block of videos. So in 2 days, we'd have most of what was going up on Rage Select done. Now there's a lot more like, well, I'm going to get this person on this day for a few videos and this person on this day for a few videos. So it's gotten very fragmented to the point where pretty much every day I'm recording at least 1 or 2 videos, which means that it becomes a lot harder to think about when you're going to get when you're going to make other arrangements, right? When you can take care of almost all of the week's work in a couple of days, then that leaves you with a lot of free time to be able to try to schedule other people. But I don't know. I've got some folks, like I said, that I met up with. There's some folks that are burgeoning game developers here in town. I know that we've talked about asking some of our comic friends if they'd be interested in coming down. And so I'd like to do that. It's just kind of getting to a point where I feel like I can, you know. And there's so many different things that can be done that a lot of times it mostly just becomes what's a priority, right? What's the thing? Like, is it more of a priority to spend time trying new people out on videos that may never go up on the website? Or should we bring back Jump versus Beer? Because that's a whole thing,
Okay.
you know. And right now, I'm not entirely sure. But we're ramping back up to that soon. So we'll see.
The people sound excited.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think of That's Not My Name? That's not my name.
The Ting Tings?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Me too.
I tried to listen to some of their other songs. I think actually the last time, okay, so when I tried out I met up with these folks that I was talking about putting on the show.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, I ended up kind of chauffeuring around this young dude that like he just moved out of his apartment or something. So he was kind of couch surfing at the moment. Oh, come on, Saints Row.
Well, it's almost perfect timing.
Yeah.
But still.
And
Saving.
we're listening to that song. That's a catchy as hell song, and it's really, really fun.
It's probably the song that should get in my head next, because
Yep.
John has told me I cannot sing Don't Fear the Reaper anymore, because I have worn out his threshold for that song this week.
Yeah.
He's like, everything is Don't Fear the Reaper
Uh-oh.
all week long.
Uh-oh.
I have to tell you that I am done.
Okay.
Like,
Speaking of
and
done,
it's time for a break.
wow, my entire PlayStation 4 locked up. So, yeah, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back in about 15 minutes.
Yep, 5 o'clock. See you at 5.
5 o'clock. We'll see you then. Welcome back, everybody, to Saints Row 4 right here on Sunday streaming on RageSelect.com. Oh, you need the dubstep. Welcome back to Sunday streaming here on Rage Select. Yeah, so like that.
Yeah, and I'm Kayla.
And I'm Jeff. And before we start, we've got a few things that require. Oh, that's
Some housekeeping, if you will.
some pimping. We got the big pimping to do. So, folks, if you haven't,
Pimpin', smoking cheese.
yep, that's one that'll get stuck in your head. I remember there was a web page, like this old web pages, but it was popular. It was like how to be a ninja.
Oh,
and
yeah?
it had a MIDI of Big Pimpin' in the background. That was the first time I ever heard it, was on that MIDI. But no, folks. Hey, so listen. If you have the cable television tomorrow, well, Jason goddamn Murphy's going to be on TV again. I mean,
you get to look at him
yeah,
again.
yeah. Like for a bunch of weeks, you get to check out Jason on the television, Hacking the System, National Geographic Channel. I believe it's what 10/9 Central, something like that.
Yes, exactly that.
And then I don't know if they're doing Diamond Club every time, if they're doing commentary every single time, but
I would think they would. It seems like their MO.
yeah. But DiamondClub.tv, you can watch, and you can watch Jason and Brian. And last week, I mean, they had some other folks on there kind of talking about what they're doing on TV while it's happening live. Holy crap.
And if not, you can go stream season 1 now.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Wait, there's only been 2 episodes.
No, this is not the season 1. Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know how seasons work.
There were only 2 episodes in season 1, right? I would think. I don't know.
Because they were British last time.
Wait, what?
You know, British, they only have like 3 episodes a season.
I'm like, is this adapted from the British? Is this like The Office? The British hacking the system that
So
that had Ricky Gervais on it? You know, it was
they
better.
have little teasers for all the episodes on the National Geographic website.
They do.
And there's this one where like Japheth Murphy is like, I live in terror every day. And Grant made me a vine of that.
Yeah,
Because
it's
Grant
hilarious.
is my best friend.
It is absolutely hilarious. I've seen it. It's great.
And I like to just carry that around.
And I like the fact that Jason Murphy saying "I live in terror." It's like the least. It's the
Terrified.
least. Yeah, like he doesn't. He sounds like he doesn't even know what the words "live in terror" even mean. But no, it's great. You guys should watch it. Hacking the System, they're in there. They need your support, right? If we want to see a season 2. My eventual goal is we got to get, Robert Downey Jr. on here, and the only way for that to happen is we got to get Jason Murphy in a room with Robert Downey Jr., and then they'll be BFF, and then he can come on, and then I can date him or whatever. You can date him, or somebody can date him.
Do we all get to just group date him?
Yeah, sure. I'm not picky,
I've been in a room with him before.
Yeah?
Yeah, for one of the movies, they pretended that he was doing a video stream for the premiere, and then he was actually just in the green room doing a video stream, and then he walked out.
Okay.
And it was pretty great, and he has all that swagger in real life.
So, yeah, Hacking the System tomorrow, National Geographic Channel. I don't
Wait,
know.
We're not talking about Robert Downey Jr.?
No. I know. I know the rules about women, right? Is like you don't just start talking about Robert Downey Jr. unless we're going to talk about Benedict Cumberbatch or Tom Hiddleston. I mean, and second of all, hey, well, first off. Yes.
I think we had we had a question.
Okay.
They said, how long have you known Jason Murphy?
Since we started over at Spill. I mean, that was how we met, was through doing Loading Bar. So that would be what we've been doing this for. We'll be doing this 2 years. Rage Select will be 2 years old in July or something like that. And so then it was 2 years then before that, I guess, when we were doing the Loading Bar. So it's been 3 or 4 years that I've known him.
I've known him about 5.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you've known him for 3 years. You can attest to his video prowess, right? When you still like to look at him on the TV.
Sure. I mean, the only thing, I feel like a real jerk-off, right, because I don't actually have cable, and since they don't have the episodes online anywhere, I'm like, I could steal it, I guess, but that seems, I don't know, is anybody really torrenting Hacking the System? I don't know why I'm shooting that guy in the junk so much. But yeah, you guys should watch Hacking the System.
Okay, now second thing. Now that we're done talking about that guy.
Right. Jason, jeez. So if you guys get done with this and your big question is, well, what about John? I miss hearing John Sitton. Well, John Sitton is he's a wrestling man, right? He knows all about the wrestles and the manias and SummerSlam, and I'll see you at SummerSlam. He knows all those things. Well, over at oneofus.net, he's doing a commentary for, I don't know what it is. Not Raw. That's on Monday night. I know that. Come here, lady. Okay, well then, come here, dude. As soon as, at 7 o'clock, he's doing a commentary over there with the guys from, I think, Inside the Locker, I'm pretty sure. But that's one of the reasons he's not here today is that they're getting all that put together over there. So when you get done here, if you're in the mood for more commentary and haha funny and live streaming, they'll be doing that over there with the chat. And
if not, is there a podcast today?
There is a podcast today. Grant and I did a podcast this week, and I'll be putting it up as soon as we're done here.
And is this the week that the stream where I read the awkward MySpace emails are on?
Oh, that one's already up.
Ooh.
That one's the Shadow of the Colossus. I put that up last week. This week, later this evening, I'll be putting up the Super Mario.
There you go, my friends.
From last week. So yeah, but yeah, if you go search for Sunday streaming and you look for Shadow of the Colossus, that's the one where we read all that stuff.
Ooh,
yeah.
Let's go look for it.
Yeah, it should be all the way there. It's also public on YouTube, so.
Could our days get any better?
No, I don't think so. Too much content, actually. And like I said, if you're in the mood for more Saints Row, tomorrow we're going to be looking at Gat Out of Hell on the dojo. So, boy, it's just a crazy amount of stuff. And then this week, oh no, Johnny Gat, not zombie Johnny Gat.
Oh no!
What?
That guy sucks.
No, he's pretty cool.
He deserves to die.
He's pretty cool.
No, he's not.
Johnny Gat, you're not a fan?
No. Oh, I can't handle her face.
Lovely, lovely Loretta. Look, she's so beautiful. She's a superhero with curlers in her hair. She's president of the Earth. And boy, that, I should put on one of the outfits that covers up her chest. I can count her ribs.
Well, no, her body is good.
Yeah.
is that like divot between her eye?
Uh-huh.
Like, she has 3 sucking in points before that jowl.
Yeah.
Where I don't know how she can, like, moisturize her gums.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Her gums must be as, like, hard as sandpaper.
Yeah.
And they probably stink like dried bacteria.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it's probably... She has a face like a vacuum cleaner.
Ah! Loretta. She's got a face like a vacuum cleaner. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, is this your drugged one? It's so hard.
This is like the simulation's being hacked. You're trying to get Shondi back. So you know that in Australia they took out Shondi's loyalty mission.
Okay.
Because they take like the simulated alien drugs so that both Shondis can get superpowers.
Yes.
And that was like drug use in a way that they can't have. I'm pretty sure in Australia. So they cut that out of there, and it's funny because I remember listening at the time where they said, yeah, we had to cut this one mission out, but it doesn't really change the story at all. And then I remember listening to Giant Bomb and Jeff Gerstmann over there was like, no, dude, it totally changes the story. Like, it's part of Shondi's whole, like, character moments was that storyline. Uh-oh. All right, well, I guess I hadn't had the radio on at all, but...
Now it's time.
Now it's time for, okay, stun gun. And that's Neil Patrick Harris. Did you know that?
No.
The guy that plays the veteran child is Neil Patrick Harris.
I feel like I'm learning all these things.
Get
Oh my
Kick
goodness.
him in the... Okay, whoa,
So,
Damn it.
the guy who wrote unreasonable metaphors,
Uh-huh.
analogies,
Okay.
he's been showing up in some people's dreams.
Oh. He's like the boogeyman.
Yeah, he's become...
He's the Freddy Krueger of Range Select.
They're like, I listened to it, I went to bed,
Yep.
nightmares.
That's
terrible metaphors.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
So someone I didn't
There we
meet
go.
online, someone I met just like how you meet people at a party,
Uh-huh.
and they have a friend, and I met the...
Check out my
I
guns.
had a crush on the guy, but he never made his move, and his friend was like, hey,
Yeah.
are you interested in dating me? And I was like, that guy's not. I'll go out with you, sure.
Yeah.
And little did I know that he was training to be in a pun-off.
A pun-off?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have pun-offs here in Austin.
Yeah, that's not a great thing.
I couldn't handle it.
Okay. The puns.
Yes. It was the worst.
It sounds pretty bad. I mean, I'm just saying.
And I would have nightmares about puns.
About puns? That's awesome.
We
Well,
dated for like 6 weeks. Like, you don't see each other every day when you're first starting out. You see them like once a week, and then
Right.
finally I was like, I'm having nightmares now, and if you can't stop training, I can't be with you. And then he moved to China.
for
Just he had nothing to stay in town for, so he was like, I'm gonna go live in China.
do they do a lot of puns in China?
I don't know.
Okay.
So I felt like that was one of those things that
Here we go.
you really could have just stopped doing puns. Like, you're just moving to China. You didn't even compete.
Oh, is this the one that? Oh no, this is the disintegrator. I want the one that makes people blow up and their eyeballs pop out. Did you get that one? Did you get that gun?
No.
Like they blow up real fat and then like their eyes pop out to like giant cartoon
Like
Garfield.
that lady
Yep.
who does that weird eyeball thing.
That sounds terrible. It kind of seems like, hey, why don't you just stop doing these puns for a little while? Would not be an unreasonable thing to ask of another human being. Or not do them around me, like training your off time at home.
Though, I was telling Jeff with the whole "Don't fear the Reaper" thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard to shut that off.
Yeah.
Once you've opened
You've opened the
floodgates.
the pun gates, so to
Yes.
speak.
Oh no!
Ah!
I'm moving to China.
I'm moving to China, where puns are outlawed. Oh, Shondi. That was so weird, the transition from her from 3, because that was her in Saints Row 3, and you start up Saints Row 4, and it's her.
All right, yeah.
And you're just like, what happened to you, Shondi?
She cut off her stinky dreads.
Well, she stopped doing drugs and got less uptight.
That's usually a good thing, right? But she didn't get rid of the lowrider jeans.
That's right.
That booty.
I like her whole loyalty mission is basically coming to grips with the fact that she does miss kind of being the party Shondi.
I dated a guy who's like a sculptor
Okay.
for video games. Like he creates these.
Like a modeler, yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to hate just making scantily clad ladies, but he's like, I have to because it pays the bills.
Right. Yeah.
But whenever I see a scantily clad lady on the video games, I'm like, poor dude. That's why I always try to cover them up. No, I'm lying. I like to just run around in my underwear. Because when else can you? When else can you?
So what you're saying is it's naked time for Loretta?
Yeah. I thought
Actually,
we were going to turn it to Manetta.
oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's do a little customization. We've got a couple of different places. We've got a couple different places to go.
Okay.
We could go to the plastic surgeon, then we can go to leather and lace. Because
It's your favorite store.
like you do. Well, that's her favorite store.
No,
not
it's
my favorite store.
Jeff's.
It's my favorite. Yes. I shop at that store all the time. Yeah.
He's like, that's where I got the jorts.
I've got a whole closet full of ball gags.
They said that was her in Saints Row 2 and 3? Was that like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was also in Saints Row 2, the same. Yeah, it was just very strange. Let's see. Okay, so I got loyalty for that. Meet Fun Shondi. Oh, wait, yeah, we're going to go rescue Pierce, rescue Ben King.
They're like, what's a Manetta? Yeah, you're about to find out.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how the character creation works for that, but we're going to go here. Let's go ahead and hack this plastic surgery place. Whee!
I'm just skipping to get my face done.
Wow.
Maybe have a sex change or two.
Manetta. That's. I mean, what's the male version of the lady named Loretta?
Manetta.
Lorne? Yeah, I don't know. Manetta. Yeah, sure. That's a thing people call each other. Nowhere. All right, here we go. Boom. Start.
Do people call each other Loretta?
I'm sure there's some people in this world that are named Loretta.
I've never met a Loretta once.
No?
No.
Well, you have now.
I think it's just like a fake name for fake coffee ladies.
Uh-huh. Fake coffee ladies?
Like they sell coffee at the coffee store.
Okay. Loretta is a fake name for fake coffee ladies?
Yeah, like, hey, come to my diner, drink my coffee.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
No.
Get busy.
This one needs to move. How about like...
Oh, someone said that their
That-
cousin's name is Loretta for real.
See what you've done, Kayla.
Well, does she work in a coffee shop?
Oh, that's a
Have
good
you
question.
ever seen like those people in the diners in the old movies?
Okay. And then what? Like, I'm sorry? The people in the diners at... Okay, clear. I think I've messed this one up. Yeah.
I know they're just saying all the names of people who are named Loretta.
Like Loretta Lynn
Yep.
and... wait. Oh, got it. Boom. Those get... I mean, once you get up to the very end of the hacking
Right.
stuff, they start to get a little diabolical. I remember like the last 2 or 3 I had problems with.
So hard.
Here we go. All right.
They say maybe Lester or Lawrence.
Lester. Yeah. All right. So I wonder if we just change it over to a dude, is it going to keep all the craziness?
Well,
We'll discard your
start there.
current settings. Nope. That's okay.
Well, no, we have to face it now.
Wait, hold on.
That's acceptable.
We could bring back Loretta. Okay, so we could just do some minor changes.
No, we have to.
We have to make it we have to make the man version.
Yes, we have to make Manetta. They've been waiting for it.
Okay, let's
They
see.
made
I don't know.
the Moretta is what they said it should
See,
be.
I think that Loretta was just like as skinny as possible
Yes.
and
Pale.
like pale,
That's silver.
like Silver Surfer pale, the
No, no,
Incredible Hulk
Up,
pale.
up. Right. There we go.
Okay. Body mass, we didn't have any of those. Age was all the way up.
Yep.
Boom. Sex appeal was
All the way up.
the way up. Boom. That's not really very okay.
Wait, I want to see what all the way down is.
Okay, for sex appeal.
Yes.
I don't think it's.
Like,
Is it concave? Whoa. Okay. It's Ken doll is
so
what
leave
it is.
there. No.
What? Leave it all the way down?
Yes.
But Loretta's sex appeal is all the way up.
The rule is all the way over, all the way down.
Okay. So let's see. We had black eye and we had at least 3 warts, I believe. 3 and 4. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. And now I don't remember what these settings are, but we could just go through here. Well, I tell you what. Let's what we'll do first is take the
We
hair
need-
off. Hair, head. Let's just take it all the way off so that we can see what we're doing. Let's see. None. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Face. Here we go. No, we did those. Crown of head. All right. Up or down, Kayla?
Down.
Down. Okay.
Down.
Down. Yeah.
No. Wait. Top of head. She has that real long head. There we go.
I'm just going to start going random here. I'm just going to go, and then every so often we've got one that gets set in the middle. Wait, hold on. Forehead height. That needs to be way bigger.
Yeah.
Brow. Okay. I feel like we're getting there. No. Angrier. There you go.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Spacing is all the way out.
Yep.
Depth is all the way out.
It's in.
Is it in?
She looks sunken.
Okay, so that height
Oh, no.
down.
Yeah. There.
No. It's got to be the one way or the other.
What are we doing?
Okay, these are as big as humanly possible. I remember that. Folds height. I think that's up. Eyelid up. Yep. Lower eyelid. No. Other direction. There you go.
There
All right,
we
we're getting there. I'm seeing some Manetta happening here. Eye style. There we go. All right. No. Accept those
Because
changes.
Is this Sinestro?
I think she has yellow eyes, ears. Okay, all the way out, all the way up, width out,
Yes.
length biggest, height biggest. Yes, this is. We're making Sloth from the Goonies. Go down. Go. Oh no, way
I
out.
think this is beautiful.
Lobe roll. Which way, Kayla?
That way.
That way? Okay. Lobe height. I know those are the biggest. Lobe size. This is about the point where we were doing Loretta, where I was starting to Jason like, dude, you got to like lay off some of these sliders. And he was like, nope. Which way? Out? Bat? Dobby ears?
Yeah, W ears.
Okay. Height. Oh, wait. Here we go. Height.
Tip. Just
Up.
the tip.
Just the tip. Dude, this is like Nosferatu's weird cousin. All right. Cheeks. Let's see.
She has these incredible out.
Oh, these are temples. Okay.
That's so weird that people are like, let me move my temples.
There we go.
What is that? This lumpy babe.
And out. Nope. That's got to go in.
Yeah.
Yep. What do we got here? Which one does this? What does this control? Oh no, that's in. That's all
Yep.
the way in. Like we're making a cat at this point. Okay.
Just want to pet her.
Uh,
They're like, it's a man bat.
it's Bat Boy from the Weekly World News. We have created Bat Boy. All right, nose. I don't remember how nose goes. Or I remember it's big, right?
Yeah.
It's wide. Depth. Let's see. No, I think it's the other way, right?
Yeah.
Up.
It's definitely up.
Slope width. I think that's in.
Yes.
Height. Yeah, that's.
This is beautiful.
Do you never when you were doing this, you were like doing it for reals, like legit and stuff?
Well, making my Pokemon lady, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. She's got the
I
flat
spent-
nose.
An hour,
Uh-huh.
like, on my person.
Oh my goodness. No, I think it's down. Yep. Let's see. We got here big, wide, tall. Yep. I think that's.
I think I'm ready to date this man almost.
Oh no. There
we
you go. All right,
Man,
mouth.
it
This is the very important one where we got to
Yes.
get it all the way out.
And up, down, like a vacuum cleaner.
Okay, vacuum cleaner. Face like a vacuum cleaner. Out, up. Let's see what we got here. What is this controlling? Oh yeah, big luscious lips.
Yeah.
All right, we got lip size. No, those should all be gigantic. Middle lip height. No, that's good. Get that scowl
How
on.
did you make her have that suction? Like,
I think that we're getting there. Let's see. What is this one? Side depth. Ugh. Oh, no, I think actually when we get to jaw is where things really start to happen.
but like, man, and it's too sexy for his shirt.
It's too sexy for his bra. I'm going to leave this one at 50. Mouth style. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Chin. I think that's non-existent in Loretta. The chin was all the way
she
up,
doesn't have one.
all the way in. Just this weird goiterous jowl. Yep, in. We got in. And double chin width. All right, put that out. Let's try jaw. Is this where it? No. All the way in. Depth. No. I don't know. Maybe it's
They said that Moretta loves Nutella and watching Gotham for pleasure.
was there one of these where it's like the lip height, depth,
I don't know.
height, size, mouth bite? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
That's about as much. I'd have to go back and look at the actual sliders for anything else. So we got chin, we got jaw, we got it all done. We got all these. Now we've got hair, and the question is, do we keep Loretta the way that she was, or do we make some new hair? Because
we had to do new hair.
that's okay. Well, what do we want?
Keep going, keep going.
Uh-huh.
Because I think he should be debonair.
Okay. Like
So-
Pippi Longstocking debonair. I like the way that they made the hair go over his gigantically freakish ears. Ponytail. Uh-huh. 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 Okay.
We're almost there. I feel it. Like we're
Disco
getting-
businessman?
That is it.
That's it? The disco businessman? What about the
I
double
think-
French braid? You want to give him some lady hairs?
Look, he looked like Jason just then with that. Yeah, no, the other one.
This
Yeah. Jason has that haircut.
Yeah, Jason is kind of rocking that haircut these days. Oh, that's pretty saucy. But see, at this point we're making him too attractive. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just gonna have to pick one.
Go back either to that really cool suave 70s one or that one with the poof on the top.
This one?
Either that. No, go back to that poofy top one.
Oh, the faux hawk?
No, not the Jason. More.
This one?
No. Like it was like an atomic bomb.
Oh, the jersey. Like this?
Yes.
Okay. And what color? Something different, or should we just leave it at that? The Loretta white, pink.
It has to be Loretta White.
Okay.
Manetta White.
Manetta white. All right. Facial hair. I don't think Loretta actually has anything. Actually, this is hard to see if it's not like. any kind of mustache is not
Yes.
going to work
Why not?
because, oh my God, because his face is so deformed. It just
No.
doesn't look, it looks like a dirt on his face. Okay.
Is there one? Just give him that little patch line.
Which
There you
one?
go. No, little patch line. Right lower there.
Little patch line
Yeah.
on his weird
White.
goiter chin. Okay. Eyebrows.
White.
Oh no, we don't have a choice with this one. It's got to be the unibrow. That's part of Loretta's charm. It's got to be the dark unibrow. There we go. All right. Now the only other question left is, do we put the makeup back on him?
They said he looks like the pig people from Twilight Zone.
Does he need to wear the Loretta
Yes.
lipstick? Okay. Or should we give him like a full?
No,
Face.
go back. Red lipstick was perfect.
Okay.
Now we need to change the outfit.
Okay.
We're done.
We're
that
done with
is-
this.
Look at him.
Okay, so I'm gonna save. Still got that one on. Yeah, we'll use that one.
I'm gonna fill my slot with this manetta.
All right, so now we
What
need
happened
to.
to his face?
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
Did we just lose everything?
God damn it! This happened to me last time as well.
Oh,
Damn it!
we'll just have to be handsome.
Ah!
Let's go play the game.
Hold on. Let me just see if I can load real fast. That's such a. It did that to me before when I was trying to change from Loretta. It just totally. Yep. Okay.
Everything is over.
Ah.
Just be a regular Loretta.
All right. Well, we can at least go find this guy,
Moretta was.
Jimmy, fucking Frankenstein or whatever his name is. All right. Let's find Nobody Loves Me and get him
This
some.
is like Bizarro Moretta,
Yeah.
where he's actually handsome.
Planet Zen. Where the hell is that? Leather and Lace. There we go. We can at least get him some nice duds. Hulk Moretta smash. Sorry, folks. Well, you guys got to see it briefly. I don't know what. Like I said, when I was playing this, when I was just playing before we started the stream, right?
R.I.P. Manetta 2015.
I got a little tired of looking at Loretta, so I tried to just change it over to kind of like one of the stock lady things, and it kept doing that. But it did it in the opposite direction, where I would do all this customization, and then I hit save, and it would go back to being all crumpled up, crinkly Loretta face, and I was just like, what? I like the fact that this guy's skirt is just flapping in the wind.
They say they like the
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren Loretta.
I must break you. All right.
R.I.P. 2015 to 2015.
That's right.
Handsomeness is the enemy.
That's right. It really is. Let's see what we got going on here.
So, someone wants you to be their mentor in life.
Oh, my goodness. That's a strange thing to ask a person.
So, what's your contact information?
It's mail@rageselect.com.
Nice. Do you mentor people well? Medium?
I've never done it before. Couldn't say.
Okay.
I mean, I think that some people might have asked that before, but I pretty much just assumed that they were joking because I'm like, what, me? All right, so here's a
they
question.
said Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. So here's the question. Okay, we've
these
got.
are so good.
Let's see. We've actually got these outfits from Leather and Lace.
Well, and I can't handle that one.
Oh, now he's like the wow.
Too cool.
Bathrobe, Disco Fever. Yeah.
I'm just kind of stunned. I'm just gonna be like,
Spa day, you know, with the cucumbers on the eyes.
how do you see?
It doesn't really matter. The hillbillies, sexy redneck,
Kind of like that, but like the other one with that one.
but this one.
Yes.
So, oh my God, look, he's got 2 peg legs and 2 hook hands. He is the world's worst pirate of all time. So some of these are, like, anyone that has the little Saints logo next to it is from the DLC.
Okay.
So we have these. There's the cat suit. Let's see. What is this? This is just gross.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Strapped is that one. Yep. Towel wrap. Okay, so these are the same ones that we've seen before.
Right.
I mean, we can totally customize it with specific things. Let's just go with that. Let's go with the one that you were talking about.
The space boots.
With the, was it the Aisha?
Aisha.
Aisha suit.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, look
Okay.
at her. She's so pretty.
All right. All right, Manetta, let's do this. I like the fact that Loretta is
The very handsome man.
This is so weird. Whoa, no, stop. Okay, let's go do a mission. Let's just not spend the entire second part just doing this. Who do we have that we can get? Rescue Pierce, Rescue Ben, Rescue Asha.
They say that we have to use the Oktoberfest DLC dubstep gun.
Oh, I don't like that. It's a polka gun.
I love polka. Why have we not polka'd?
Okay, well, we could do that.
Let's do that.
If I pass, okay, keep an eye out. And if we pass oh, shit.
So it's lightning round. So we
What?
gotta do it quick.
Are we almost done?
Yeah, we have
Oh,
20
crap.
minutes.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, shit.
So would you fart on Sarah Palin?
No.
Me either. She's a human.
Right. I mean, I don't like her, but she is a human, as you said. Wait, there was one more thing that I forgot to do, Kayla,
Oh,
in the plastic surgery department.
what was that?
I got to change the voice. But keep going.
Oh, is Dolph Lundgren gonna have a higher voice?
He's got to have the lady voice. And I'm going to give him the sexy Southern Belle lady voice. So, personality,
Men.
voice.
Let's see.
There we
Have
go.
you ever been to the Moody Gardens in Galveston?
No.
I have. I loved it. They have different biomes that you can go into, and the
Cool.
plants are really, really neat. And the butterfly garden's amazing.
Oh.
What is your favorite form of chocolate?
Milk? I mean, I don't know.
In my mouth.
Yeah. I'm not as big of a sweets person as Kayla is.
Oh, I will eat all your chocolate.
So let's see. Dubstep gun.
Aren't you German? Why don't you like polkas?
No, I just like the traditional dubstep gun better.
Right.
I like it so much that I'm willing to
We
forgo.
dance. We dance.
So here's the one that they're talking about. You ready?
Yes.
Ready, Kayla?
Yes. You can't help but just bounce. Everybody up and down.
All right. Well, we're gonna go get this mission done while we're in the last 20 minutes.
Does Professor Dog fart a lot?
No, he doesn't. He has in the past. Like, he's not completely messed up, but he I hear people. There's like this trope where you'll see people online are just like, oh my God, my dog's got these terrible farts. And I'm like, yeah, mine just doesn't. I don't know. He's not. He just lays on the couch. It's not like I'm just sitting there and I go, ah.
The diddle dude doesn't really fart either.
Yeah.
But he does have to wear a diaper now that he can't hold his tinkles.
Oh.
Old dog problems.
I mean, I also don't feed my dog wet food, so
I don't
that might
either.
have something to do with it as well, about not having stinky fart problems.
Well, you seen the Minecraft theme song?
I don't know it.
I don't know. Does it go like this? I'm in Minecraft.
Yeah, if you
Everybody build some blocks now.
that
Everybody have some time to defeat the creepers.
I don't know, could be. That could be entirely the song. You could be making it up, or
I'm not sure about that.
look.
Oh man, Netta, you're so pretty.
Oh,
Diamond swords.
yep.
So I was telling Jeff on the break how I like the Decemberance, and I saw a thing where they were singing to songs. They have an entire new album that is just YouTube comments,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty funny. And Jeff was like, "I'm not a big fan of Decemberance, but that's pretty funny."
Yep.
And then I was singing your chat feed
Yeah.
to him to the dubstep thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Kayla singing.
But
right?
then you, yeah. He's
Uh, Manetta is pretty insane.
what?
Yeah, I want to like the Decemberists. I really do. I've tried listening to some of their albums much times. And like I was telling Kayla, I like one of their songs. But I just don't really care for them as much.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, what is the best dollar menu deal for you?
At anywhere?
Anywhere. Your favorite dollar menu deal.
You
Mine
know,
is
oh, go for
Wendy's chili.
it. Yeah.
I love their chili so much.
Yep.
And put that on their dollar baked potato.
Mm-hmm.
That is my jam.
Okay. I could say that I feel like the dollar menus have gotten really crappy over the last few years. Like when they first started, especially like the Wendy's one. See, Wendy's changed their fries. I don't eat there anymore because
Okay.
I don't like their fries. I mean, I don't like the new fries. And I don't know. I don't really order off the dollar menu anymore because they've made the things you get so much smaller and more insignificant to the point where I just don't want to have them anymore. So I don't know. Wish I could tell you more. Like I said, the burger place that I eat at the burger place that I eat all the time, I can get a burger and fries for less than $5. So
So, where's the Boogeyman's nasal spray?
I do not know what
Probably
that
the
means.
freezer.
Yeah.
I sometimes put the cereal box back into the refrigerator instead of putting the milk there.
Oh, this is the Metal Gear section.
Yes.
There we go. Right.
Oh, let me just drop some porn on the ground.
I said I don't know. I just told the world
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Oh, also, folks, if you guys haven't listened, Grant had me on over at the TV Dudes last
really?
week to talk about some video game TV show stuff. So, you know, if you just can't get enough Jeff, well, there I am over there as well. So,
how do I convince my parents that they are ketchup?
put them on French fries and then make them taste how delicious it is. I don't know. Like ketchup, like fancy catsup?
Yeah.
Ketchup or catsup?
They spell it K.
With a K?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, what's the joke? The papa tomato, the mama tomato, the baby tomato.
Oh, yeah.
We're walking down the street, and the daddy tomato goes back and jumped on the baby tomato and said, "Cat's up."
Yep. The Uma Thurman Pulp Fiction joke.
Is that where I got that?
Maybe that's when she's talking about her on the TV show, her TV show pilot,
Okay, yeah.
and she's the one with the knives, and she also tells a million bad jokes, and that's the bad joke that she tells, and that's when they get back after injecting her with the adrenaline, and so she tells him the joke, and they're both all covered in sweat, and then she walks inside, and he does the little kiss blow thing. So, been a while since I've watched Pulp Fiction.
Me too. I have an Uma Thurman block ever since watching her version of the Avengers.
Uma Thurman's version of the Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any idea what you're talking about. I'm
It
just
was the worst time of my life. It gave me stomach pains.
okay.
And the answer apparently is Jeff took the nasal spray.
Oh, did I? I've never used a nasal spray in my life. Never.
You're such a cray-cray.
I
Are you old enough to run for president?
I don't know. How old do you have to be to run for president?
35.
Yes. Yep, I'm old enough to run for president. I was old enough last year to run for president. And in April, I'll be 2 years older enough to run for president.
Will you run for president?
I think I'm a little bit too opinionated to run for president. I'm not willing to. You know. Plus, I care way too much about what people say about me to run for president. I can barely stand the comment section on this website, and it's like you're going to go on. I could go on the Sunday morning like political talk shows, and they're gonna be like, "Sir, this is ridiculous. You hate America." Blah. I'm gonna be like, "Why would you say that? It's so mean, man. Why do you have to be so mean?"
What's your favorite Tarantino film?
Probably Reservoir Dogs, maybe Pulp Fiction.
That's good.
It's the
Those are
classics.
good.
I don't like Kill Bill is all right. I do not care for Inglourious Bastards or Django.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love both of those.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe I need to go back to Inglourious Bastards, and because when I watched it, I thought it was going to be a World War II movie, not a like cinema blows up Hitler movie.
Okay.
Spoilers for Inglourious Bastards, you guys. Are you going to walk over here, bro?
They're just letting you know that they would Jeff for president you.
Yeah.
They would hashtag that.
I'd run for student council president. Okay, how do I get to this guard? Do you have to go around here?
All right. Let's see.
Oh, no? Okay.
What is your feelings on SeaWorld?
I went once and it was weird. Okay, I guess I just walk up to him.
It's okay for a day. They have really great Halloween part at the one we have here.
Yeah.
They have the professional FX guy in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Put on all that. So that's always, it's a little fun.
I think I'd rather go to like a world-class zoo than to SeaWorld. I mean, just because I like to see all the different animals. I've never been to the Austin Zoo, though. I hear it's very sad.
It's medium.
Yeah.
What is a good cheap beer?
Lone Star?
I don't know. I don't.
If you can't, if you can't get to Lone Star, I mean, I have friends who drank PBR all the time, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, you could do like I'd rather drink PBR than say like Bud Light or something like that.
If you live in Wisconsin, New Glarus is super cheap and it's delicious.
Yeah.
But they only sell it in Wisconsin.
What's that one that they're okay? So like Walgreens has a house brand beer where you can buy a 12-pack for like $4 or something.
What? That's not real.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real. I'm pretty sure I saw it. And it's supposed to be really terrible beer, but something flats, big flats or something like
I've
that.
never even heard of it.
Yeah.
These are new things in my life.
Yeah, really terrible. I mean, I figure you spend a little bit of extra and get like a Lone Star is about as low as I'll go on the beer totem pole. At that point, you got to start to wonder like, why don't I just buy really cheap liquor and mix it with like Kool-Aid instead of buying the cheapest beer?
So, will there ever be any board games played on the show?
That's a good question. For right now, I don't know.
Okay. Now, if we could play Risk on the computer version, I would play, like, John. I was like, John, let's down. He's like, what do you want to do for date night? And I was like, I want to download Risk onto the iPad and play you. And he was like, he didn't talk for like 5 minutes. I'm like, so is that happening? He's like, no. I was like, well, don't ask what I want.
Yeah, if we were going to do anything like that, I would probably start with
Cards Against
Humanity with Jason and them, because I'm always really bad at Cards Against Humanity because I keep making things way too complicated jokes that are really funny to me, and instead it's like which one won, and it's like butts, and I'm like, but. Do you guys not know about Woodrow Wilson? That was like that was super pithy. Like, yeah, Jeff, but butts. And I'm like, all right, yeah, butts was really funny.
They can't wait.
Yeah.
They can't wait.
I don't know. Maybe we'll do that on the. I still got to decide.
For your 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be around. Like I said, our some of the numbers. I know there's been some people that have kind of fallen off because Jason isn't here anymore, but the Patreon numbers seem like they're all right, and that's. I mean, if those stick with it, then we can stay in business.
They say we should play Total War. Do you know anything about Total Wars?
I mean, I thought Total War was there's a PC game called Total War that I know about.
I don't know.
Oh, this is just getting Asha out.
Let's see.
Yep.
What's the funniest thing your dog has ever done?
It's kind of stupid, but so in the living room where he is, I will pick up his toy and I'll put it in the kitchen where his bed is, right? And so every so often then he'll be in the living room, which is his normal hangout place, and he won't know where his toy is because he's not, he's used to it just sitting on the floor in there. But so there was one time when my sister and I were in there, and he was all hyped up, and I was like, "Where's your toy?" He looked left, and he looked right, and he just looked straight up, like at the ceiling fan on my ceiling. Like, is it up there? And I was like, no, stupid. I don't know why. It just really cracked me the hell up.
Oh.
He told a really racist joke one time, but it's not super funny. So, he's just generally adorable. He's just a big old pile of cuteness.
He is. He's a lovely little doggy do.
Yep.
I almost stole one of my neighbor's dogs.
I was about to say, don't steal my dog.
It's this teacup poodle that looks like a lamb. Like just a little lamb, and it's
Was its fleece as white as snow?
Yes. But the way it walks is kind of like a lamb too, and the way its nose is shaped is flat.
Yeah.
Unlike a normal poodle.
Yeah.
And so it just looks like a little lamb, and she's just the little cuddliest thing, and I always just like hold it so much.
Boom.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal this dog.
Yeah.
Very upset about that. I'm like, I'm not going to really steal it, but I want to.
Yeah.
My dog, the funniest thing he does is hate John Rubio. And he cracks us up every day.
Yeah.
Maybe not John Rubio, but definitely me.
Yeah.
Because John will be a big crybaby. Your dog just stared at me angrily for 2 hours and then licked my leg.
That's funny. Like I was telling last night when we were watching movies, we were sitting on the couch, right? That's usually my dog's domain because I spend most of my time up here in the recording room or playing video games. So, like I was sitting on one side and my friend was sitting on the middle of the couch, and there was enough room for him to get up there, but he likes to sit in the middle of the couch. So he just walked up and just sat in front of the couch staring at us. And my friend was like, "What do you do?" And I'm like, "Just ignore him. He'll sit there for an hour and look at you because he wants to sit in the middle of the couch, and he doesn't have any real notion of being disappointed and just fucking off into his bed or whatever."
Right.
And then when you tell him to get up on the couch, he just takes forever, and he's like, "Can I?" You're like, "Yes, get up here. Can I? Is this all right?" "Yes, it's fine." Screw you, evil me. I don't know why. I've never been able to figure out why in this particular mission, they turn you into this generic character.
Right.
Because you could totally just put an eye patch on Manetta and make that the character.
Correct. So, we're going to do one more question.
Okay.
And then we're going to do Pimpies. And then we're going to be over.
Okay.
And aren't you sad?
Well, until next week,
Oh.
you know. We do this. It's not like this is the last Sunday streaming.
No, but you might be sad because you won't see me for a week.
Well, yeah. But it's
Dreamweaver.
pretty. I mean, it's a pretty good possibility that if I wanted to see Kayla, I could just say, "Hey, Kayla, what are you doing?"
I'll be like sleeping.
Yep. Stop calling so late. Like Kayla wakes up when I go to bed.
Pretty much.
What?
So, what's the best thing to do when you're feeling really disappointed and missing something? Like, how do you get over that disappointment feeling?
Let's see. Missing something. How do you get over missing something? Generally speaking, I find that my biggest problem is dwelling. So anything that will distract you. In fact, I feel like a lot of the problems that I see people have, especially smarter folks that are my friends, comes from them obsessing over something, and that if they could just kind of take a moment to relax, that it would all lighten up just a little bit. So, movies, games, TV shows, books, music, drinking. I mean, anything that can kind of get you into a different headspace where you can get a little bit of relief from thinking about the thing that you're missing was probably a good idea. That's my advice, at least.
For me, it's always just think about why you missed it.
Yeah.
Like, if you missed it because you don't have money, I always think, at least I'm not going into more debt, which will hurt me later. Like, I think about why I made the decision to miss out.
Yeah.
Was I working?
Yeah.
Oh, I am ensuring that my future, I will not die old and decrepit.
Right.
Because I'm better with money. Or if it's that you were exhausted.
Oh,
I have to
goddamn.
say no a lot. And
Yeah.
people hate it.
Yeah.
Like, they really get their feelings hurt. But it's like, I have to take care of my body. Because when I didn't, I was allergic to everything.
Oh, yeah.
You
I remember
know?
that. Yeah. I remember
And
when that
so-
was happening.
So I just have to think about why you made the decision to miss out on the thing.
Right.
And just feel confident that you're making the best decisions for you. And it might be sad that you missed on something.
Yeah. I agree.
know. I've had to miss out on weddings and stuff just because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't love the
Oh.
person. So.
God, I remember this.
All right. Well, guess what?
Is that it?
Jason Murphy's going to be on television.
Oh, yeah, he is.
You can
Oh.
listen to his dulcet tones tonight.
Not tonight. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Monday.
Monday on National Geographic Channel 10 Central. 10 Central. How does that work? I think it's 10 Central.
It's 10/9 Central.
Hacking the System. Brian Brushwood, Jason Murphy, teaching you how to hack.
And here in an hour, on One of Us, our very own John will be on there talking about
Razzlin'. I like to say it that way.
just sweaty men
Yep.
with muscles, rubbing their muscles on each other.
Bumping together.
It's like beautiful.
Yep. Oh, shit.
And then a podcast.
Yep. We'll be up within probably. Oh, I've got to do just a couple of little quick things with it. So probably. Oh God. Probably like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes after this. And also sometime tonight I'll be putting up the Super Mario Galaxy 2 video from last week.
You
So-
guys will not be able to sleep tonight.
That's right.
You will have too much fun.
And tomorrow we've got more Saints Row with a dojo for Get Out of Hell. So you can come back. I'll probably be posting that around the normal time. And yeah, I think this is this has been good. I'm glad that we did this. Some
Good
people,
night,
like I said,
friends.
didn't want to. But yep, thank you guys so much. If you're watching this on Twitch, hey, head on over to RageSlight.com. We got all kinds of great stuff over there for you, including the things that we just mentioned. And we'll catch you next time. But I want to just kill Evil Me here real quick. Just real quick. Real quick. Come on.
Come on, Loretta.
Come on.
Manetta.
Manetta.
So what is Manetta's favorite pastimes?
He likes watching Faulty Towers, and he's really into KFC gravy, you know.
Oh, but who isn't?
Oh, no, stop shooting me. There you go. All right, folks, we're done. We'll catch you next week. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.